their big back, because that's where everything starts. Max Ikeda is their quarterback. He's the trigger man. He can throw it, he can run it. He's a really good athlete, but they've got a really big back, not quite Jaron Choice big, Jeff, but he's a big boy. And that Black Flag defense is going to have to stop the run to cover the pass. So unlike Godley last week that was pass to run, these Sunnyvale Raiders are a run to pass team. But as you said, Jeff, very fundamentally sound. They do everything well. They started out the season, Jeff, with a couple of losses to some really good teams that the Buckeyes have seen in the past.
Yeah, they had 3 in a row right off the bat.
Yeah, Waco, Connolly, Melissa, and Kennedale. So they were taking on some big boys from the big city.
It looked like our preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot like
and
our
of course,
preseason.
And remember, Jeff, we talked about this as the Buckeyes had a close game against Lindale, and the Lindale Eagles are still playing this afternoon after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We had said
well,
that
we
at
knew
the
they
time.
would. We knew they would be in the hunt.
Some really good football teams. I think the Buckeyes are their schedule is ranked 16th in Division 2A. 4A Division 2 of all the teams remaining still playing, and I think Sunnyvale is like 27th. So to your point, the Buckeyes will be favored here today at coming in at 11-1. Obviously, having knocked off Pleasant Grove, we'll keep an eye on that score over in Royce City, where they are taking on Caddo Mills this afternoon. And of course, the winner of this game will get the winner of that game at some undisclosed location next week. But Jeff, that's where you get to the Sweet 16. There's 16 teams left playing. We've got 4 more weeks until Jerry's World. And right now, you got to get through these Sunnyvale Raiders in order to advance to the next round. And I promise you, that's all Coach Metzel's worried about this afternoon.
Yeah, we're picked second in line, I think, to play at Longview next week behind Wascom, depending on what happens in that game today. So we'll see how that pans out, and hopefully we'll just see who wins that game today, and be able to let people know as soon as we can, where we're going to end up playing next week. But hopefully we'll be there in Longview, Texas. I wouldn't mind going back to Lindale, to be honest with you. That was great.
That was a great season. Coach
great
Maddox
experience.
over there as the athletic director took care of us in a wonderful facility. We are outside today, folks, on top of the press box, underneath the tarp.
Hey, shout out to Gilmer Cross Country.
Yeah, I know, to providing us
I'm
today.
liking cross country more and more.
I am. And we also want to send a shout out to the Booster Club for everybody that's watching
thanks,
out
Booster
there.
Club. Look at here.
These are our new hoodies that are.
We are officially the fattest models to ever model
I'm telling
anything.
You, they've got the stripes on them, folks. You can get it at your game here today, or you can order. Go to info@gilmerbuckeyes.com. Send us an email. And we've got children's sizes all the way up. We've also got some outstanding backpacks that we'll get up on GilmerBuckeyes.com for your Christmas shopping. All proceeds go directly to the Gilmer Buckeye Booster Club. And so we are excited to be able to sport the new G hoodies. All the coaches are going to be wearing them today. You'll see them on the sideline as the Buckeyes get ready to take the field. And Jeff,
it's a great day to have a hoodie too.
It is great. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm very grateful for my G hoodie.
Well, let's talk a little bit, Jeff, about what we can expect today from these Buckeyes. First and foremost, there are a lot of records that are going down as we speak. Every possession, maybe today you're going to see some young record. Buckeyes taking the next step. Of course, let's start with Dylan Fluellen. Dylan, number 14. He is right now the #1 receiving touchdowns for a season in the history of Gilmer Buckeye football. 17. Past Blake Lynch, who is a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah, and Blake did it in 15 games.
Yeah, Blake did it in 15 games. Dylan has done it in 10.
Yeah.
Which is really saying something. The talented wide receiver for the Buckeyes. Also, along with talking about Dylan, Dylan needs 3 more touchdown catches to move up in terms of catching Willie Darden in the school history for catches in a season.
Yeah, he's only 33 yards away from having 1,000 yards on the season. That'll happen on the first play.
That pretty much that will move him up considerably. He's got 125 catches on his career. 3 more catches puts him past Red Jones Jr. To be second on the list, behind only Chase Tate, who had 4 years to take that on. Dylan's had 3. And if he plays long enough and gets to 161, I averaged it out in the car on the way up here with Eric. He's 9 catches a game. If we go all the way to state, Dylan will hold literally every single record on the receiving side that the Gilmer Buckeyes have ever had.
He's had an incredible, career through his high school career. Buckeyes are now taking the field, but he's had an incredible career. There's no question across the board. This guy's one of the greats. I mean, if you look at the names on the list of people that he's bumping off every week, they're names that you're going to remember all the time. Houston Tamanello, Manuel Johnson, Morton, Jones, Curtis Brown, Chase Tate, Coy Heath, Morgan Lusty, Willie Darden. I mean, those are guys that we've been calling their names out for the last couple of decades.
Legends.
And this guy is stepping up and just hitting the peak at the right time. I mean, and talk about peak, that's his specialty. Throw the ball high, let Dylan go up and see whose man can get it done, and Dylan gets it done. He's been a master in that corner of the end zone shot that we've taken, those post routes, go routes, you name it. He's been able to get it done for us this year, but he's not alone. Mason Hurt is just a few, like 100 yards, 125 yards away from having 5,000 career yards, which is pretty phenomenal himself. So if he can get it done in the next couple of games, he's going to break that 5,000 mark. So we've got some great arsenal of weapons down there. You've got Jaden Griffin, you've got number 17, the sophomore Rowan Flewellen, all across the board. You got Morgan, you got number 4, Cody Guidry down there. Has been running the ball well this year. You talked about Jerron Choice, Smith. Just a Ward, just a ton of weapons across the board. As Sunnyvale makes their way out on the field noisily. And so just a tremendous amount of weapons. The offensive line really holding their own. They've been outmatched a lot of times in these games this whole year as far as size goes. But by golly, give them some credit. They have opened up some lanes and allowed us to rush the football when we need to do so. Then you jump over to the defensive side of the ball.
Wow.
That's the story of the year.
That is the story of the year.
The defensive line, the linebacking crew led by
number 44,
5'6", 5'7",
Jet
number
Jones.
5, Jet Jones.
Our captain coming out of the field is
Yeah.
Jet Jones right now.
Yeah, so these guys are absolutely.
And let's talk a little bit, Jeff, about coming back last week very quietly, number 27, team captain, and also monster up front, Bryson Jemerson. And Bryce comes back along with his, we call them the Beast Brothers, Matt Burton and Bryson Jemerson, number 27 and number 44. When they can control the line of scrimmage up front defensively and let those linebackers like Luke Watson run, it is something.
Todd, we've got 9 defensive linemen that we would love to have spread out over the last decade. I mean, we have 9 guys, all of which could start on any program in East Texas. I'm going to tell you, if I were Tommy Edwards, I want to make this suggestion to him. We should just play all 9 of them down low and just have 2 safeties.
And yeah, just
That's
bring them all.
That's all you do it. Just bring them.
Bring them all.
But they're not going to listen to us. They never do.
Well, Sunnyvale has won the toss. They've elected to defer. The Buckeyes are going to get the ball to start out and let the track meet begin. And of course, we haven't talked about it in the pregame yet, but everything starts through the trigger man. That's Brandon Tennyson, number 11. And boy, I tell you what, Jeff, has he made an impact as his first full year starting. Brandon Tennyson is pretty much on his way to leaving a lasting impression on this program. As we've got our national anthem coming up, so let's go to that as the Sunnyvale band will play the national anthem, and we will switch over to the flag.
The national anthem played for us by the Sunnyvale Raider Pride Band.
Todd. I'm excited. This is the third round of the playoffs, and like I said earlier, if you are still playing football in after Thanksgiving, you're doing pretty good. It's a good season, well. So we want to congratulate both these teams, both the Raiders and the Buckeyes, as they play tonight. This is a great accomplishment for both of these school districts, and so congratulations to either of these teams. But hopefully we'll have a Buckeyes advancing to round 4 and possibly getting another rematch with our nemesis Pleasant Grove next week.
It's going to be interesting, Jeff, as obviously these Buckeyes, I was in the field house early this morning talking to coaches, talking to players. They're excited, as they should be. Thanksgiving is already a distant memory in the minds of these young men, and they are excited to be here advancing in the next round of playoffs. You start understanding a little bit about the personality of a team, Jeff. First of all, just from a character standpoint, this is one of my favorite Buckeye teams of all time.
It may be my very favorite, and that's saying something. I've liked a lot of teams over the years, but I agree with you, Todd.
Well, then, Jeff, let's watch from the kickoff on. The Buckeyes have been preparing all week for all kinds of chicanery from these Sunnyvale Raiders, and you notice that they will get all kinds of stuff and try to take advantage on the special teams. And trust me, the Buckeyes are prepared for it. They spent most of the walkthrough yesterday trying to prepare for that, as they'll have the 3 kickers there, take it from the sideline, and then they will adjust and try to pick the weak spot. And here's the kick.
All right, they're going to kick it deep. It's going to go just almost over the head of number 6 for the Buckeyes, and he comes back up the middle, fighting hard, getting a nice return, fielded on the 5, return to the 25 or 26-yard line. So that's Buckeyes going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
Marche Spraggin with that wind, Jeff. It's coming from kind of the north, let's call it the northwest, from the northeast, as we do expect some clouds. Hopefully right now, no rain and really not a lot of wind on the field. But this Buckeye offense is happy to take the ball 1st and 10 and head east, this is a weird field. We're running east to west, not north to south. But for these Buckeyes, having the ball first, not necessarily a bad thing. And Jeff, you already look up and you see number 14 out there man-to-man against the cornerback. Trust me, Coach Metzel will find the weak spots and try to exploit them very quickly.
All right, here's the snap. Rolling to his right. They're going to fire it quick. Ball's complete to number 17, Rowan Flewellen. He'll pick up an easy 12 for the 1st down. You also notice another sophomore in the backfield starting the game today, and that is Haynes, who's starting the game today. And
luxury.
That's a luxury riches. So here comes the snap. Tennyson takes the handoff, hands off to number 38, stays on his feet, fighting forward, driving those big legs of his, picks up 5 yards. That'll be 2nd and 5.
You can take that every time on 1st down, Jeff, as the Buckeyes come out in attack mode, going to stay balanced, and 38 has to leave the game. Cody Guidry will come in, lost a shoe.
Yeah, he threw a shoe there. He almost stumbled going through the line. He was able to hold his feet and fight for a little bit more. But Guidry comes in, and they're going to throw the ball once again. That ball is just a little bit thrown outside. That was intended for Mason Hurt, well covered by the Raiders.
We'll bring up 3rd and 5, probably inside 4-down territory as Haynes comes back into the game for Guidry. But more than anything, Jeff, you see that the offensive line is able to give number 11 BT, Brandon Tennyson, time. And don't forget about his feet. He can pick it up on his feet if he needs to.
Tennyson drops back, fires one. Got complete to Dylan Flewellen, who picks up the 1st down. He'll be drugged down, but his forward momentum gets him out to midfield, and that'll be a 1st down. And we got a flag after the fact, so evidently we got a little bit of mouthing going on the football field, and not sure who they're going to call that against.
Well, that's going to be after the play, as Dylan was fighting for yardage. And I'm not sure what that call was, but I think that's going to go against Dylan.
Yeah, they're going to back up the Buckeyes.
Personal foul, number 10.
Number 10. They're going to call that against Luke Watson.
Now he comes out. I'm not sure what that call was, Jeff, as I didn't even see anything. The official was right in front of Dylan Flewellen. But now they're moving the chains. They shouldn't do that. The referee better get a hold of that.
Yeah,
because
he's not paying attention.
Yeah,
I would just don't tell him. We'll go with that.
Yeah, they have kind of blown this one up. They're going to call it 1st and 10. We'll take that.
All right, quarterback draw up the middle. Brandon Tennyson breaks the tackle, cuts outside, finds a gap. Oh, 1 man to beat. Great job there getting the tackle. He's back to almost the line of scrimmage we had earlier. That was he got out to the 49. We were going to be set at the 50, so one play we're right back to where we were. Handoff around the right side to Haynes, bounces outside. He'll get stopped for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good play there as coach is hollering pull, pull, pull to Hernandez. Didn't chop down that outside linebacker and stop that one for no gain, but just shy of midfield, and so far outside of the 15-yard penalty there by Luke Watson, the Buckeye offense is kind of having their way, and that starts up front. Offensive line doing a great job.
All right, Haynes in motion. Looking to pass, they dump it out to Haynes. He's got some room, picks up a good block, and dives forward almost to the 40-yard line. They're going to call him down on the 42, and that is going to be another first down, or he's going to be just shy of the first down, rather. Going to call it 3rd and 1 from the 42.
How about the sophomore, Jeff? That is a JV running back out there that's toting the load tonight so far.
Yeah, they're going to fake the handoff, dump one out to Mason Hurt. He's easily going to get the first down, and out of bounds, stops the clock.
First down, Buckeye.
Yeah, the Buckeye offense is kind of having their way right now. Ball hadn't hit the turf outside of a kind of an outside pass early on from Brandon Tennyson, but they're in a rhythm, taking what the defense gives them. Notice the soft coverage out on the edges, and the Buckeyes chipping away 5, 6, 7 yards at a time.
Well, Tennyson, too, showing his maturity, just taking his time, letting the play develop. He's not in a hurry. Just watch how smooth and poised he is in the backfield. Not in a hurry, not trying to force it, and he throws it down. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's a great play there.
Yeah, good job, because that was
Tennyson.
just a screen they were trying to set up, but it just got blown.
Yeah, let's see what this call is going to be here. That's going to be holding against the Buckeyes. So that's going to back them up 10 yards. Sunnyvale read that screenplay very, very well, but the holding penalty is going to just have a 10-yard inflicted wound. That's 25 yards of penalties in this first series already. Jeff, normally the Buckeyes would have trouble overcoming that, but if you're going to have that penalty, have it on first down so you got a chance to make it up.
We see Sunnyvale trying to take the deep routes away from the Buckeyes. They've got 3 men stacked back, and so Brandon's going to keep it on the ground. After the penalty, he'll pick up about 8 yards on the carry, 7 yards. It's still going to be second and about 15.
Yeah, manageable in 4-down territory as the ball spotted at the 42 of Sunnyvale. But BT very comfortable taking that himself and then running that stretch play, and that's going to be designed, and he'll throw out of that as well.
All right, we got double receivers to the left, one to the right. They're going to launch one. It's a go route. Mason Hurt not able to reel it in. Good defense there by Sunnyvale. And they're going to try to take away the deep pass from Gilmer. They're like, if you're going to beat us, you're going to chop us down. You're not going to go deep. So they've got 3 men stacked way back, and they're playing prevent defense from the start.
Yeah, they've got a safety over the top on both sides, Jeff. So there's 6 defensive backs, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and only 5 men in the box. So look for the Buckeyes to try to run the ball. 4-down territory here, 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15, they're going to go to the air again. Launches one, got number 17, Rowan Flew-Ellen, across the middle, and his forward progress gets him out to the 23-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Rowe just ate that up. So they went to the outside on that deep play, Jeff, and turned around just to open up the seam route on the inside, and deep BT and Rowan just reading that in tandem and making that first down look easy. 1st and 10 Buckeyes knocking on the door of the red zone.
2 receivers right, 1 left. BT rolls to his right side, looking for a man open. He's going to have to tuck it and keep it himself, and he's going to get dropped for a loss of a yard or 2.
Good coverage there, Jeff, as they got the coverage downfield, and BT doing a good job just kind of taking what was there. Didn't get impatient, didn't try to force anything, lived to fight another down. Maybe lost a yard, but that's okay because he did not throw into coverage there. And so far you see Sunnyvale with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive backs, and they are not going to let the Buckeyes try to beat them through the air despite the success that they've had. Look for the Buckeyes to put it on the ground.
2nd and 12. Fakes the handoff, draw up the middle, got a lane, and Haynes fights his way forward inside the 15 to the 14.
Just like we called it, Jeff, if you're going to play 6 men deep, the Buckeyes are going to run the football. That draw play is just what the doctor ordered. Picked up about, let's call it 10 on that play, brings up 3rd and 1 inside the 15. Buckeyes now knocking on the door. Big number 44, Matt Burton in. There's an F back for you, Jeff.
That's an F-back if I've ever seen one.
He may be A, B, C, D, E, and F-back.
All right, handoff to Haynes again, finds a hole up the middle, picks up the first down and the touchdown.
Just like that, Haynes and the Buckeyes score, and all you got to do is find number 44 and follow him. That's exactly what happens there, and the Buckeyes draw first blood. They take about 6 minutes and 57 seconds, very meticulous on that drive, but it ends in a Buckeye touchdown. First possession, that's about as clinical, as surgical as you can get. Sunnyvale basically saying, look, if you're going to score, you're not going to score fast. And forcing the Buckeyes to kind of pick their way down the field, no problem. The Buckeyes will take that, score, and draw first blood with the extra point left to come.
All right, kick is up, and it is good. And I'll tell you, I'm glad to see that for Haynes. He's a fine young man, young sophomore. He's the future of the running back program here in Gilmer. We'll be right back after these messages. Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
And back to Bruce Field here in Athens, Texas, where your Gilmer Buckeyes lost the opening toss. Sunnyvale defers, but the Buckeyes take 5 minutes and 57 seconds. They go 74 yards to pay dirt and lead 7-0 here, scoring on the opening drive. Now the Buckeyes behind the Big Leva Hernandez will kick off, and the black flag will come out and see what they can do on the first possession against these Sunnyvale Raiders. Jeff, so far a great start for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they look good, they look poised, they look comfortable, drove and uncharacteristically took a lot of time off the clock. Fielded on the 6, going to be returned right up the middle, and the Buckeyes on that one pretty quick. Can't see who's in on that tackle there. It looked like number 4, Guidry, and maybe number 13 for the Buckeyes.
There, takes a kick at about the 5, brings it up over the 20 to the 24-yard line.
So they're going to start over 1st and 10 from the 24.
Yeah, that's Taylor Griffin on the tackle, Jeff, there for the Buckeyes on special teams. And now let's see what this black flag can do. They've got the big beef package in. Notice right now that Bryson Jimerson is not starting this game. That is a luxury to have him come in and bolster that second unit, as the Buckeyes defensively up front like to platoon. When you got 44 in one bunch and 27 in the other bunch, you got two good bunches.
All right, they're going to come in with a pretty tight package. 2 wide outs to the short side of the field. Quarterback's in the shotgun, going to keep it himself around the left side. He actually bounces out, throws a good stiff arm, but what a great job Jaden Griffith does to stay with it, push him out of bounds. That was McCaden. You're going to hear his name a lot today.
Yeah, Max Cicada is the heart and soul of their offense. He is the safety on defense, and he's the quarterback on offense. He really does not come off the field. Probably one of their best athletes, one of their smartest players, but the Buckeyes hold him to 4 yards there on first down, and as he makes the run. Now the Buckeyes jump off sides.
All right, I'm not sure they're going to call that. He claps for the ball, and they're throwing a flag for illegal procedure, but they've already called the play dead, I think, back here, had they not? Or I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But I'm not sure if that's not going to be on them back here or us. I know we jumped across when he clapped.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this, Jeff. So far, there's been a lot of handkerchiefs on the play, and not a single flag against Sunnyvale. Yeah, that's going to draw some boos from the Buckeye fans, who have noticed very quickly here that so far not a single penalty called against Sunnyvale, as the Buckeyes already over 50 yards of penalties just halfway through this first quarter.
So the Raiders now looking at better field position, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. And we're going to line up, watch this black flag come hard right here. They got 4 men on the line, and they're going to be coming pretty hard. There's the snap. Handoff, number 5, left side. He's going to get nothing. Big Burton is there to fall on him, and that's one guy you don't want to fall on you.
Yes, that's scraping down the line of scrimmage. Big cat Matt Burton is just doing his job, pursuing. Of course, you notice they're running away from him. He is on the right side if you're on offense of the line, and they run away from him to the left. Nevertheless, he scrapes down. This time he's going to line up a defensive end on the other side. Now he's switching with Luke Watson now.
All right, they're getting set. Again, 4-man rush. Here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass, heavy pressure. Launches one down the field and just overthrows it. And
3rd down and 11, Jeff, now, as they're going to try to challenge man-to-man Dylan Fluellen, and that's not something that I think that you would do.
I'll be honest with you, though. He had a step on him right there. If that ball had been placed a little better, or if this receiver had just kind of maybe even dove for it, he was in position to make a catch there. So it will be an interesting matchup tonight. My money's going to be on Dylan. But right there, he had a good step. This is going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to decide to
Intercepted!
Intercepted! Number 20, Hernandez with the interception. And that was supposed to be a keeper. And he decided to dump it at the last minute. And he just threw it right into the arms of Hernandez. And we've got another flag on the play.
Another flag. Maybe this time the flag will actually be against Sunnyvale. We will see. But Dylan Fluellen is the only guy on this side.
Yeah. I think, Dylan's getting a chewing right now, I believe, because he had the little remark down here with the receiver on the coverage earlier, and now I think that flag may be against him. And I can hear Alan Metzel from here. I've never been able to say that before.
We have dead ball, unsportsmanlike on number 56 on the defense on return.
Yeah, they're calling it on number 56 for the Buckeyes, not.
Yeah, they're calling that on Derek Borda, the defensive lineman, as he was blocking downfield.
Yeah, and see, this is the kind of thing that drives. These guys are playing great. Again, we outmatch them on every position. But this drives Allen and the coaching staff nuts when we have these kind of penalties, because it is completely unnecessary.
Well, Coach,
and Buddy, let me tell you something. These guys will get an earful about their behavior as much as anything. These guys are intolerant. Our coaching staff does not tolerate that mouthing. And so we're going to have to pull that in line. These guys can't hurt themselves.
70 yards of penalties, and we're barely past the halfway mark in the first quarter, Jeff. Obviously, the Buckeyes got to clean that up.
All right, pass complete to Jaden Griffin, but that's going to be, I'm not sure if they're going to call it a catch. Now they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, that's
luckily,
a good job.
Because that would have been a loss.
Yeah, that's a good job of Jaden just kind of letting
dropping
that
it,
go.
Yeah. Good heads-up play. And again, we just said this is our favorite football team maybe of all time. They got a great attitude.
Well,
We've cursed them.
That's what I was going to say. Coach Metzel talks about the difference between being emotional and being intense all the time.
You just do your job. Keeper, and look at this. He finds a gap. This is what Brandon does so well. And he turns almost nothing into something down to the 31-yard line of the Raiders. And just the quick feet, the deciding to tuck the ball and run it. I'll tell you what, though, as much as I love this team, our coaching staff this year, unbeatable. Yeah. These guys are full of energy. They are wise. They're smart. They're truly building men down there in that field house. And they are intolerant of tomfoolery, I'm going to tell you now. And that's why I love having my son in this program. Those guys are A+. I don't think there's a better coaching staff in the state. Handoff, number 38, Haynes runs out of bounds after a gain of 4.
Gets a good block, picks up about 4 yards there, Jeff. And that play before, that's just Brandon Tennyson being so smart. You're going to drop 6 guys in coverage, and you're going to cover everybody fine. BT tucks it, picks up 13, moves the chains. He's got, obviously, wheels, but you notice even when he runs, he's running with poise and running very comfortably, taking what the defense gives him.
Handoff again up the middle. 38 bounces out to the right side. He's going to get a couple on that run. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Absolutely 4-down territory here. Obviously, as you said, Jeff, defense not really allowing the Buckeyes to throw the ball, especially down the field. They're playing 2 deep safeties, but their man under coverage is 6-7 yards off the ball. So look at that. You've got 7 guys, Jeff, that are 6 yards or more off the football.
All right, quarterback keeper. They loaded the left side, and Brandon is just looking for room, and he's going to get out past the 20. And take a late shot there.
Moves the chains, and just again, Jeff, taking what the defense gives him, not trying to do anything flashy, just tucking that one, running the quarterback stretch play. Obviously, Brandon, one of the fastest guys on the field, just runs out of bounds, takes a late shot maybe, but no problem. Hop back up and let's get in the red zone and go at it again.
All right, they're going to hand off once again up the middle. Hayes, not a lot there. He gets out to the 16-yard line.
2-yard gain on first down, 4-down territory, obviously, and these coaches are looking at Sunnyvale, and it's shocking to me, Jeff, is that obviously they've decided to say, look, you're not going to get big plays on us. Look there's 5 guys that are more than 6 yards off the ball.
Yeah, and we're happy to hand the ball off all day up front. They're doing a pretty good job right now, but we'll hack away at them. We'll take the short passes. We'll do the run. We'll do a draw here and there. But if they want to take away the big plays they've been watching on film every week,
right.
Somebody's been scouting the Buckeyes like, hey, don't let them get the post on you. Tennyson drops back, quarterback draw, forced outside. Sunnyvale does a good job of coming in, making a big hit against Tennyson. Hits him on the 10-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and 2 for the Buckeyes. Obviously, they'll go for it here.
Yeah, probably no hesitation here. They put in big number 24, Jaron Choice, and the beef package. Here comes Matt Burton. And there's no secret about what's going to happen right here, Jeff, as they come in with their own beef package.
Yeah, this is not even
Buckeyes going to take a
timeout. As they do, we'll do too. We'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Jeff, wide side of the field is to the left. 4th and 2. Buckeyes snap this from the 10. They need the 8 for a first down. Big Jaron Choice in at the tailback position. And now we are going to have a timeout from Sunnyvale that wanted to come out and see how they were lined up. Obviously a huge play early in the game. And I'm impressed, Jeff, with the Sunnyvale coaching staff and really what they have done in terms of the adjustments so far here in this game. Their defense is playing 3 deep safeties, then all of the man underneath coverage, and they are going man under. So 3 deep man under. That means that there's 6 defensive backs and 2 linebackers covering the outside. That only leaves 3 guys left in the rushing lane. They keep everything in front of them. They're rallying up to the football and telling the Buckeyes, if you're going to beat me, you're going to chip away. You're not going to go deep on me.
I told you a while ago, this is going to be the first game that we actually won in field time of possession. Because we're usually deep scoring. We usually get the ball 2 minutes a quarter or whatever because we score so fast. But this time, Sunnyvale's saying, no, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us on the ground and eat up a lot of clock. We're going to eat up a lot of clock, and we're going to get out of here without you killing us here. So it's an interesting concept. They are taking away the deep route so far, so it's been effective as far as taking away the big plays from the Buckeyes. We'll see if they can maintain that all afternoon.
And here comes some power football right here.
This is big Jaron Choice. And they're going to hand it off to him. And, man, I don't know that he got it. They may have stopped him right there. That's an interesting call. They loaded it as though they were going to go to the right side behind big number 44, Burton. And then they just dove straight ahead, and they did a good job filling the gaps and stopped Choice. So that's a great job there by Sunnyvale. The Raiders get a stop against the Buckeyes and keep them out of the end zone. You don't see that happen very often on 4th and 2.
Well, Choice didn't really take a cut when he got to the line of scrimmage. He just put his head down and bowled straight ahead, and he came down just about a half-yard short. Let's see if the Buckeyes can get any help here, Jeff, in terms of calls. We've got 70 yards in penalties here in the first quarter. Sunnyvale's yet to have a flag thrown on them. Outside, they've yet to have a flag thrown on them, period.
Heavy pressure, they're going to get a sack.
Black flag, and guess who, number 44, Matt Burton.
Not quite a safety. The Buckeyes have averaged 4 sacks per game this year. And
there's one.
And there's one today. They lack at least 3 more to keep up with their average.
Yeah, big cat Matt Burton just bringing the heat on that. Now it's going to be second down from the 2-yard line.
Well, they put them in an awful position because
they
nobody
did.
likes to play from their own end zone. And just think if you end up having to punt,
goodness.
because you've only got about 9 yards you can drop back from this situation. They're going to dive forward and get dropped again.
Lost probably another half a yard.
You know, what the Buckeyes don't want to do really is get a safety here. I'd rather get the ball back, make them try to punt, maybe get a block, because they're only going to be 9 yards deep.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real hard to defend. I would just keep shutting them down right here.
3rd and 18. Ikeda tries to roll out when he throws. Look to the wide side of the field. You got Jaden Griffith one-on-one with one of their best wide receivers way out here to the left side.
We got an offsides penalty against the Buckeyes. They ran
they ran a quick count and got Luke Watson to draw off. Of course, that's 3rd and 18. That's going to take that to 3rd and 13. But the Buckeye defense got to be much, much more disciplined, Jeff, in terms of the penalties. As obviously Sunnyvale, as you talked about, they're very well coached. They're very disciplined. They took 5 free yards there from their own 2. They're going to move that out to the 7. It's still going to be 3rd and 12, and the Buckeyes still got to find a way to get off the field. You just cannot let a good team out of this situation, Jeff. You got them deep in their own end zone, stuck on 3rd and long, and you just got to basically find a way to get off the field here.
Yeah, well, I think they'll get penetration once again. I mean, he's going to have to release the ball really quick because we're coming hard. They've got it stacked. He rolls to his right side. He's not going to be able to run. He's going to have to throw. Look at this. Almost caught. Unbelievable. That goes through the hands of 2 receivers and right into the hands of their intended receiver. And luckily, he just dropped it. That would have been about a 45-yard gain.
Yeah, Marche Spraglin had a shot at that one. Number 14, Dylan Flewellen had a shot at that one. And fortunately, this is going to be punting formation. Once again, Jeff, watch for the special teams of Sunnyvale as number 17, the sophomore, Rowan Flewellen, comes back deep. But special teams has been a point of emphasis for this coaching staff all week long. As Sunnyvale will do all kinds of weird stuff, including the rugby kick. So watch this.
If Rowan gets a chance at this, you might get to see something exciting. He's going to let it go. That ball's going to check up on the 49-yard line, 48-yard line. And Buckeyes are in great field position. So unfortunately, unable to convert and get points on the interception by Hernandez. But they're going to get another shot at it as they stop them and get them to 4th down and punt. So they're in good field position. I'd much rather have it where we had it down here on the 8 or 9 yard line, but I'll take it at the 48 and let us start chopping away. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes 1st and 10 from the Raider 48. Fakes the handoff, overthrows. That ball was just over the head of Rowan Flewellen. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48.
Now already 4-down territory for the Buckeyes, Jeff, leading 7-0 with 1:31 left in the first quarter. The Buckeyes would dearly love to go ahead and put another score on the board and take a 14-0 lead into the second quarter, and they just got to execute.
All right, good coverage there by number 15 for Sunnyvale. That was Gomez, and does a good job. 4-yard gain on the pass completed to Mason Hurt.
Great hands and use of the body by Mason Hurt, kind of blocking this guy out, been able to reel that one in for about a 4-yard gain. This will bring up 3rd down and about 6 now for the Buckeyes from the Sunnyvale 44 with 1:05 left in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Drops back, looking to pass. He's got room to run, but he decides to throw it. He goes over the top, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. It was just behind Dylan Flewellen. I kind of wish Brandon had tucked that one. He had a lot of green grass over to the right side.
Yeah, that's the first bad decision really that Brandon's made all day. He had just an obvious first down with his wheels. He saw Dylan Flewellen kind of breaking into the open, and I think that the Buckeyes may go punt on this one. Yeah, this is going to be a punting situation, and Coach Metzel is going to try to pin him back deep again. Also, Jeff, watch out for a fake punt here.
Yeah, this is Cody Guidry. Remember, he's got wheels, and this formation they're stacking up here. We're missing a couple of players.
5 seconds left on the play clock.
Okay, they're going to snap it.
We're
But
not
don't
gonna
be
get out of
surprised
this.
if Cody doesn't take off with this one.
That's going to be a delay of game against the Buckeyes.
Okay, we have a different punting formation here than we normally do.
You got it.
So watch for this. This could be a fake punt.
Well, we backed up 5
Now that we
yards.
backed up 5, it may turn into a legitimate punt. It depends on what they give it. If our outside 2 receivers at the top of your screen are able to take their receivers off with them quickly, Cody does that rugby punt where he runs over to the right side. If he sees green grass, he may go for it. High snap, he's not going to get to. He's going to have to kick it away.
What a punt.
Takes a good bounce from the Buckeyes.
Check up,
and
check
look
up,
at this.
check up.
They're going to stop it. They're going to say he crossed the pylons. I think that was Rowan Fluellen.
No, they're going to say that's out at the half-yard line.
Oh, wow. Good job, Rowan
Unbelievable.
Fluellen. Yeah, they were talking about it. They're going to mark it at the half.
Half-yard line. What a punt. What a play by the
Rowan
Buckeyes.
Fluellen dives into the end zone and throws it back. Of course, the Raider fans say he crossed the pylon, but he knocked the pylon down.
It doesn't matter. It's about the ball.
He throws the ball back before he does it. So it was hard to tell from our angle where we were if he did cross or not, but there's a ref standing right there, says he did.
Well,
So,
I'll tell you what, Cody Guidry right there making Alan Metzel look like an absolute genius as he decides to punt that ball on 4th and 5 inside Sunnyvale territory.
I'm actually shocked that we actually punted the
Yeah,
ball.
we
there, to be
punted
honest
it,
with
and
you.
what
Yeah.
a punt is, and what a play by number 17, Rowan Fluellen. Let's see if the Buckeye black flag here can come up with a big stop. They are in the shadow of their own goal line, Jeff. The entire offensive line with a foot in the end zone.
All right, here's the snap. Drops back, throwing a go route down the sideline. Marche's got a flag, and he is making contact coming down the sideline. So I think that is a legitimate call. He is bumping him down the sideline. So that is a huge gain for Sunnyvale. And again, just penalties, just handing it to them, keeping them in this game.
Yeah, and so far, once again, Sunnyvale has not drawn a single flag. And the Buckeyes are knocking on the door of 100 yards in penalties in the first quarter. That is unbelievable, Jeff. It's just unbelievable. And I'm not saying the Buckeyes are playing against 16 guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's not a single penalty been called against Sunnyvale yet. And for the Buckeyes,
Well, we talked about this at the top of the game. We talked about how disciplined they're going to be. They're going to be a lot like Godley. They're going to execute well. Handoff up the middle. Nice run there by Sunnyvale. Good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. We talked about how disciplined this team is going to be.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter, Jeff, and the Buckeyes with 2 missed opportunities. The one having the ball down inside the 10-yard line and Sunnyvale making a big stop, and the second having Sunnyvale backed up to their own half-yard line and then giving up that big play on the catch. So let's take a quick timeout and come right back after these messages. Buckeyes lead after 1, 7-0.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Second quarter starts here in Athens, Texas. Sunnyvale coming off the shadow of their own goal line and the big penalty. 2nd and 5 now from their own 36.
Here's the snap, quarterback rolling to his left side, and that is complete. They're going to say, they're going to say he pulled that one down. That's a 15-yard gain.
Jane Griffin in on the coverage there. Not real hard in terms of what they want to do, Jeff, is they roll out and they give Max Cicada all the room in the world and try to drop back into coverage, but he's able to complete that pass. And I'm not sure if it was instant replay that he wasn't juggling that right in front of us, Jeff, but they called it a completion. 1st and 10 from the 47.
All right, they're running the tight package. They fake the handoff. Got a man wide open, uncovered. And he runs out of bounds after picking up another first down. I'm not sure how that happened, but they had a guy wide open out there.
Yeah, this is where you miss Davion Smith. As Cody Guidry is in on that coverage, and between he and Marche Spraglin, they just leave a man unaccounted for in the flat, and that is a huge pickup into Buckeye territory. 1st and 10 from the Buckeyes 40.
Now they're going to say they moved this time. I think this is going to be the first flag called against
Sunnyvale.
This is a false start against Sunnyvale. Going to back them up 5. That's their first penalty in the game so far.
So it's got to be close to 100 yards of penalty against the Buckeyes, 5 for Sunnyvale. We got the guru Mark Skinner in on stats with us tonight. We'll see what that looks like after the first, half of play. But the Buckeyes have 100 yards of penalties right now, Jeff, and we just started the second quarter.
I'm not sure if they have 100 yet, but it's getting
close.
It's in the 80s for sure. Buckeyes making some changes there on the defensive side of the ball. Here comes the snap. Fakes the handoff, pulls, heavy pressure, throws it away. And that was a good heads-up play by Makeda.
Yeah, number 10, Watson, and number 27, Bryson Jimerson. We talked about it, Jeff. He's now in the game with big number 44, Matt Burton. That is a lot of pressure coming. Makeda did a great job just to get rid of the football on that one. That would have been about another 18-yard loss, 2nd and 15 as it stands now. And that is a great play by Makeda just to get rid of that one. He was wearing Luke Watson, and he was staring at number 44. Not a good position you want to be in if you're the quarterback of the opposing side.
All right, Buckeyes making a lot of changes, on the ball depending on the set. And luckily these guys are not going on a quick count. We'd be caught in movement. They're going to throw another go route, and that's going to hit number 4 in the back. They're going to say it was clean.
Absolutely
and,
clean.
I mean, Raiders are absolutely throwing a fit.
Yeah, that is absolutely clean. That's as well as you can play it by Cody Guidry, who never turns to look for the ball, but he throws his hand straight up in the air, and it literally hits him in the back of the head. That's 3rd and 15 now.
Yeah, they're talking about the contact while the ball was in the air.
Most of that contact's by the offense. Cody Guidry's got his hand straight up in the air. He can't be interfering if he's got his hand straight up.
So they're going to send 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield from the shotgun. Looking to call an audible from the sideline. And again, playing and executing extremely well. Handoff up the middle. Got a seam, picks up some yardage. They're going to pick up about 6 on that one.
4th and 9, Jeff, and you don't run the ball there on 3rd and 15 unless you're planning on going for it on 4th down. This is going to bring up 4th and 8, and not a lot of hesitation by Sunnyvale. They're going to go for it here. This is the defense's opportunity here, Jeff, to shut down Sunnyvale, get the ball back in great field position, and take this to a 2-score lead. Right now, Jeff, Sunnyvale has held serve against the Buckeyes. They've stretched this first half out and kept them off the scoreboard with that defensive strategy. Right now, they're going to have to stop them through the air.
They're clearly going to try to pass right here. They're going to fire one across the middle. That's going to fall incomplete. No flags, so the Buckeyes are going to change over on downs. And
that's not exactly where Makeda and Raiders want to be, Jeff, is in 4th and long. And now we give it back to the offense, who really has just moved the ball at will, Jeff. But they got to put points on the scoreboard right here.
Well, you got to hand it to the Raiders for being in this game. Second quarter, it's only 7-0. They're outmatched.
Yeah, this could be a 21-0 affair pretty easily right now.
So they are playing as well as they can play, I can tell you now. Handoff at the middle. Look at this hole. What a great job by the offensive line. And Haynes takes advantage of it, gets all the way out to the 43-yard line. And what a great job Haynes does. First down, Buckeyes.
Only 3 men on the line of scrimmage, Jeff. All the linebackers bail out in coverage. And like you say, it backfires a little bit on the Raiders there, who are basically saying, we're going to play 8 in coverage and 3 in the front, and the Buckeyes just going to hand it off.
Yeah, they're going to hand it off to Haynes again, who bounces outside. We got a flag on the play, probably going to be a hold.
Yeah, this is just under a microscope up front there, as the umpire literally is reaching for his flag almost before the play even begins to start. And the Buckeyes once again are looking at the flags, and with self-inflicted wounds after moving the chains on a big run there. Coach Bear is going to go crazy about that. You're only blocking 3 guys up there. You don't have to hold them. Just get in their way. Turns 1st and 10 into 1st and 20 now. The Buckeyes need all the way down to the 33-yard line. They'll snap this from their own 48. All
right, Jerron Choice, the running back now. And they are going to send him up the middle. It's a block, and they call a quarterback draw there. And, of course, he's unable to follow Jerron on the left side. He sees a hole to the right, so he takes it. Picks up some yardage, 8 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes. Dumps one inside route, number 17, weaving and dodging, what he does best. That is Rowan Fluellen gets about 15, 16 yards on the carry, and another big first down for the Buckeyes.
Moving the chains, as Rowan just has such a knack for that. We'll have an official timeout as we've got a Sunnyvale Raider that's down at the Buckeye 35-yard line. But Jeff, that is just what Rowe does. I mean, you throw him the ball and he just kind of nicks and picks and just kind of flows like water. I was watching a special the other day on Bruce Lee. He was obviously the 1970s, the martial artist that was so popular. And the name of the documentary was Be Water. And his whole thing was you flow like water.
Yeah.
You become, if you pour water in a cup, you become the cup.
I
That's
saw
Rowe
a
Fluellen. That is how he runs
clip
the
of
ball.
that. That's funny.
It is Be Water. That is Rowe Fluellen.
He is. He just kind of flows like he's going down through a river. You know, he doesn't really juke. He doesn't plant his foot. He's not one of those quick runners, you know, that's trying to throw a juke and spin. He just kind of flows with it. And he does a great job of it, just taking what they give him. And he just kind of weaves back and forth, left and right. But he always ends up with the first down. He's just a talented running receiver and running back.
I'm not going to know what to do next year when we only got one Fluellen. I'm glad we got that one, though.
Yeah. And think what he'll be in the next couple of years.
Oh, my gracious. Two Fluellens out wide to the right. Mason Hurt out wide to the left.
Choice is in the backfield. Rolling to his right. He's got time. Having to run for it. Almost sacked for a loss. He's going to be forced out of bounds. He's going to lose about 4 or 5 on that one, as there was absolutely nothing there. Trying to go deep, and he lost 5 yards, 6 yards on that one play. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 16 for the Buckeyes.
Outside the pocket, Brandon probably just pulls up and throws that one over here in the band somewhere, and I'm sure that's what Coach Nas and Coach Godfrey will tell him when he goes on the sideline. Hey, just throw that one away. But trusts his feet there and tries to get to the outside. Avoids the big sack, but takes a 5-yard loss.
All right, Tennyson rolling to his left side. Got a man open. Cuts inside. Mason Hurt headed to the house, not going to get there.
Inside the 5-yard line. What a design play as here comes the Buckeyes. Mason Hurt just runs right to the sticks and turns around. BT turns around and runs to his offside, throws that across the body. That's about as good as it gets.
Handoff up the middle, Choice. He'll duck his head and score.
Touchdown Buckeyes for the second score of the second quarter. Brings the score 13-0 with 8:41 left in the second quarter. And that is about the feet and arm of Brandon Tennyson and the legs of Mason Hurt teaming up there. It's just hard to stop. I mean, they dialed up that play from the press box here. Going for 2, Jeff.
All right, they get it to Choice. He's got to get around the corner, and he does.
Buckeyes stretch that 2-point conversion out with the big freight train Choice. 15-0 Buckeyes now with 8:33 left. The clock is running, Jeff. I don't understand why the clock is running.
Yeah, I'm not sure
either. The clock's running.
But as we take a break, we'll be right back after these messages.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
All right, coming back for the kickoff here as the Gilmer Buckeyes score. 8:35 left to play in the second quarter. Gilmer goes for 2, easily gets it under the legs of Jerron Choice. So it's 15-0 Buckeyes. Buckeyes now will kick off. Number 20, Hernandez in for kicking duties.
Weather has not really been a factor here in the first half, Jeff. Very cleanly played game outside of all the penalties against the Buckeyes, which I'm sure will be a topic of discussion. But with 8:35 left here, Jeff, 15-0, you get the feeling that the Buckeyes have the Raiders on the ropes here, and they want to finish out this half, and probably with another 2 scores if possible. Right now it's the special teams play, which was, again, a point of emphasis for the Buckeye coaching staff all week long. Let's see what they do here.
All right, here's the kickoff, and that ball is going to go over the heads. I was hoping it would check up there on the 2. Goes over the heads of the deep men and into the end zone, so that'll bring it out 1st and 10 from the 25. And so You just feel like this game has been frustrating a little bit for the coaching staff there at Gilmer, because they know that it should be, probably 28 to nothing at this point, and penalties are the culprit. And but you got to hand it to the Raiders. These guys are playing, just like we saw Godley last week. Those guys played as well as they could. And we've got a score for you. We're looking at Caddo Mills 14, Pleasant Grove Hawks 21, and that's with 8:42 in the second quarter. They are basically on the same time schedule that we are today, so that's going to be interesting. Go Caddo Mills.
Absolutely.
Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. And the Buckeyes all over that one, but boy, look at that second effort there by the back, just pushing his way forward.
Yeah, that's the big back we talked about, Jeff. That's big number
23.
23, that's right. That's Obi Arinze. He's the big senior defensive end and running back. That's a combination for you. If you're the defensive end and the running back, that's the player we heard about with Coach Metzel all week long.
All right, they got a guy in motion. They're going to snap the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Throws an out route. It's going to be complete for a first down.
Cody Guidry has the man-to-man coverage on that, and that is just Max Akeda running away from pressure. Number 44, Matt Burton's in hot pursuit, but Cody Guidry just does not get out there from his inside position. And remember, he folled him all the way across the formation.
Field. That's the bad thing about when you go to man.
Yeah,
you've got to run all the way in front of the linebackers and follow that man. So that was a good call there offensively. Fakes the handoff, rolling out, looking to pass, got a man wide open, and he is out of bounds.
Now, all they're doing there, Jeff, is they're checking motion to see if the Buckeyes are in man coverage. And what happened there is Jaden Griffith had man coverage, and you notice Dylan gave him the signal. That's a fist on fist. That means basically switch over to zone. And Dylan had inside position. They ran the out route and got a big pickup there. Just caught the Buckeyes in between coverages.
Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes were stacked up, ready for it. Everybody up front. Still able to pick up 4 yards on the carry, 2nd and 6.
And that's a busted coverage, Jeff, that'll show up later on in the film with really good teams the Buckeyes face later on in the season if they're fortunate enough to do that. When you see motion from the outside on an opponent, it's for one reason. That's to find out if you're in man-to-man coverage or if you're in zone. Max Akeda reads that very well and delivers a strike.
Fakes the handoff. Akeda keeps the ball and able to get some yardage out to the 27-yard line. That'll move the sticks.
And you see 33, Arona, the young sophomore, tapping his chest on that as he bit a little bit on the ride fake to big number 23, the running back. Didn't account for the quarterback, and he kind of put his head down. He managed to trip him up, but not before he moved the chains. Right now, Sunnyvale's moving the ball.
All right, looking to pass. Goes a little go route to the end zone, and what a catch.
Out of bounds.
They're going to say he's out of bounds over the top of the head. Nice catch there by the receiver for the Raiders, but they're going to say he had a foot out of bounds when he caught it.
Yeah, Jaden Griffith was just very fortunate. He's got man-to-man coverage. They're just going to go right over the top of that. And Jaden basically didn't give him a chuck to the outside as he didn't. He kind of was trying to play the inside route on him from a man-to-man standpoint. And if that's just a half a step placed more to the inside, that's a huge pickup there for Sunnyvale. Just a little bit off in these conditions.
Pull up, overthrown.
Oh my goodness.
Overthrown.
Marsha Spraglin almost read that and just bailed out enough early that if he would have had one more step to jump and pick that one off, he is still running into the end zone. Brings up 3rd down and 10 now for Sunnyvale. Probably 4-down territory. 6:35 left to play here in this first half, and this is the opportunity right now for the Buckeyes to stop Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale knows it too. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it, and we'll come right back after the word from these sponsors.
For 120 years, First National Bank of East Texas has been earning the trust of our customers and our East Texas communities through ever-changing times with the commitment, dedication, and financial strength of our network of branches across East Texas, fulfilling dreams big and small, and earning your trust every day. Let our friendly, expert staff serve you and your family's financial needs. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
And we're back, Jeff, and let's talk a little bit about what we got going on into the Christmas holidays. The Booster Club is Obviously, with COVID and everything else going on this year, still got to raise money for things like the scholarship fund, for things like the sports banquet that come up that benefits all sports. Of course, our booster club's not just football based, but we're selling these hoodies, nice hoodies that we got directly from the Nike factory. They're not Nike hoodies, they're G hoodies. They're Buckeye branded. Also, some nice school backpacks for Christmas shopping.
Sharp backpacks.
They're really cool.
Very sharp backpacks. Great for Christmas. Rolling to the left, under pressure, he's going to throw it back. What a dangerous throw. This guy is brave as he throws back into traffic. Falls incomplete.
And if you'd like any of those hoodies or backpacks, go to email us at info@gilmerbuckeyes.com.
What was that again? I missed that.
Info, I-N-F-O, at gilmerbuckeyes.com.
I want to write that down, Todd. Could you say it one more time?
Info, I-N-F-O, at gilmerbuckeyes.com.
Thank you. I'm a little slow.
We will get your order in.
And these are nice hoodies, I'm telling you.
They're
very warm.
They're warm
right now. The
right
backpacks are incredible. The
They're
design
really
of the
cool.
backpack's amazing. I would like to have one, but Todd won't get me one. That's what you can get me for Christmas, Todd. All right, here's the snap. Pressure. They're launching one for the end zone, and it's thrown out of bounds again. No penalties. And Raiders calling for penalty, not going to get one.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of whining and crying here as the Buckeyes turn this one over on down. 6:11 left, Jeff. Here's where you'd like to see the Buckeyes hit a big play and score quickly and go for the jugular. And Jeff, look at all of the Raiders right now that are 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Let's call it 15. 3 safeties deep in the corners playing 7 yards off. I'm not sure this will work long term, but they're not going to get a big play.
Not happy with the amount of penalties evidently called on the Buckeyes tonight.
Look out, look out.
Look at Rowan. That's what we're talking about right there. And I don't know if that's a flag or not. He grabbed him by the helmet. I couldn't tell if that was a face mask. Either way, you can't grab him there. They're going to let that one slide, but another first down. Did you see Rowan come all the way back across the field? That was an inside route. It's designed to come in and up.
Jeff,
he comes all the way across.
Be water, my friend. Be water.
Be water. That's exactly right. He is water. Handoff, 38. Up the middle. Haynes lowers his head, gets 5.
Yeah, you'd like to see that on first down every single time as Haynes puts his foot in the ground, jumps up front.
Tackle made by number 23, Renze.
Broadcast at gilmerisd.org.
Broadcast at gilmerisd.org. And what does that do for you? Is that where you order?
That's where we order, Jeff. So broadcast at gilmerisd.org.
So you may not made you repeat that 3 times for people.
And
you
I
had it
screwed
wrong
it up
the whole
every
time.
time.
I tried to throw you a softball, and look what happened.
Yeah,
you butchered it.
I butchered it.
You butchered it. All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Haynes. He's going to fight forward, get the first down. Clock continues to run, 4:46.
Move the chains as the clock moves, as Haynes does a great job. Rowan Flewellen comes back in the game. Jeff, I want to recognize the Scout Team Players of the Week. Offensively, it's Zeke Avenanya, and defensively, Will Henderson. We appreciate those guys doing their job for the Buckeyes on the Scout Team.
All right, pass, complete. Look at that.
Wow.
What a great job by Rowan Flewellen. And let me tell you something, if you didn't see that, he was tied up in a hit. He was being assaulted by the defender and turned around, the ball's coming. He threw his arms up and just caught it at the absolute last second and just snagged it to move the chains once again. What a special, talented kid he is.
I'm just glad we got 2 more years after this on his contract, Jeff.
2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff up the middle to Haynes. Nothing there.
They got stacked up. They didn't block that one up too well, and I'm not sure it was supposed to go to that side, Jeff, as the Buckeyes play fast. We also want to send a special shout out to Coach Jed Whitaker, former Buckeye coach here and longtime athletic director, principal, administrator, and coach out at Harmony. Thought the prayers are with you, Coach, and hang in there.
All right, he picked up a good block, and that is a quarterback keeper. Tennyson's going to get about 6 or 7 on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and, we're going to call it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they look like they had a lot of green grass, but you see the Raiders close. They keep everything in front of them, want to try to get a commitment and then close. This is 4-down territory here for the Buckeyes.
Hand off to Haynes, got a lane. Dives forward inside the 15, picks up the first.
Yeah, he moves the pile, Jeff. He is a small guy, but he is thick, just as a sophomore. And once again, just the embarrassment of riches. You notice that number 3, Devion Smith, is getting a day off today, and he is the senior captain, and we are lucky to have sophomores as talented as Mr. Haynes to take up the slack.
Looking to pass, got a man open. Number 17, Rowan, his signature move inside. Gets down to the 2, moves the chains again. 1st and goal from the 1.
Boy, Rowe does such a good job. Run after
well, that inside route, he knows to catch, and then he makes a little move inside, and nobody can stop him. They're going to hand it off to Choice. He'll make his 2nd touchdown of the game. And no touchdowns in the air so far today. No receiving touchdowns by the Buckeyes.
That's because you can hardly see anything back there for all the blue jerseys.
That's exactly right. All rushing touchdowns, and hey, we take what they give us.
That's right.
Normally, the Buckeyes are 55% running and 45% passing, and in this game today, we're going to see a lot more running. So
as dictated by the Sunnyvale defense.
Absolutely. You just give what the defense gives you. And the kick is up and good, and that is a good deal. 2:42 left to play in the first half. Gilmer 22, Raiders 0. We'll be right back.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet.
22-0, your score here. Your Buckeyes lead with 2:42 left here in the first half against the Sunnyvale Raiders. And Jeff, you'd like to see from the Buckeyes they can get one more going into halftime, as these Raiders have just kind of hung around and hung around. We talked about it at the top of the show, a lot like last week with Godley. Except for the fact that the Buckeye defense has just played lights out so far here. There's been basically 5 scoring chances. The Buckeyes probably have left 10 to 14 points on the field so far here with 2:42 left to play in the first half. But they execute very well on that last drive. And how about the catches and runs after the catch from the young sophomore Rowan Flynn? I'm telling you, he is on pace to be the 4A Division II newcomer of the year. He has been that special.
Yeah, he really has. He has really done a good job this year. Like you said, he just moves like water and just has done a great job. I can't wait to go back and watch that one catch we talked about earlier on the film. And a big kick, going to be fair catch on the 7-yard line.
Fair catch called by number 14.
Very, very smart there.
Raiders have the ball 1st and 25.
Well, I'm not sure why he called for a fair catch on the 7-yard line on a kickoff.
Well, that's going to bring it back to the 25. So anything this year, Jeff, with the new rule that you fair catch inside the 25 comes out to the 25, 1st and 10. Smart coaching there. And that is the new rule from the NFL all the way down to this high school level. As we will have both bands in attendance here tonight, Jeff, so we will have us a halftime show, whether or no. And right now, the first half show has been all about these Buckeyes, and let's see if the Buckeyes, with 2:42 left, Jeff, they've got 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see if they can find a way to get off the field quickly here and get enough time to basically put another score on the board before they go in at the half.
Look at the size of our defensive line down there, guys. And boy, what a good block.
Jet, wow,
just
what
inside.
a play.
Jet does a great job because they did an excellent job of blocking down our defensive end out there.
Second down and 10.
I believe that was Burton that got pulled in.
Yeah, I think that was 54. That was Braylon Ward for the Buckeyes. Now he will be flanked out there with big number 44, Matt Burton, if they try to do that again. And once again, here is the coverage. And there is...
Here comes Ward putting some pressure on him. And number 4, Guidry.
Oh, how are they winding the clock there? If he caught the ball, that's got to be out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to say... Yeah, it's going to be complete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
How's that not out of bounds, Jeff? The side judge says wind the clock. That's just...
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, did he or did he not run out of bounds?
Well,
the last time I checked...
He slid out of bounds for sure. I think he's saying his knee hit the ground but as he was sliding out, so it was down on the field of play. They're going to call a timeout from Gilmer. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back for the conclusion of the first half.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go, or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Please join
Big play
Jeff
as we
Rash
come
and
back
Alan
here, third
Metzel
down
each
and
Monday
7.
morning for the
A
Gilmer
minute and
Buckeyes.
38 seconds left, Jeff, and we talked about it with the line judge over there on the side. No idea why the receiver caught the ball, ran out of bounds, and the first thing the official said was keep the clock running.
Well, I think they said he had his knee down. I think his knees hit inside, and then his momentum carried him out of bounds. So they're saying he didn't run out of bounds with the ball. He was down inside. Quarterback keeper around the right side, and man, look at him. He is just a hard runner. Picks up 10 yards and a first down all the way out to the 39-yard line of the Raiders with a minute 32 left. I was kind of hoping the Buckeyes could get the ball back.
Yeah, that was a big play right there, and that was all done on the legs of Makeda as he ran right at number 21, Kiki Johnson, and once he made first contact, he got another 4 yards as he is a powerful quarterback and runner there, and he shows you why he's kind of the heart and soul of their whole team.
All right, here's the snap. Rolls to his left side this time, looking to pass. And they make a catch at the 49-yard line and out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 2. First down, Raiders.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 from the 49 with a minute 7 left.
Yeah, they just flood that zone and cut those routes off, and they're just catching the Buckeyes in zone. And this time they've got all the way over to the left-hand side. And here's
I'm not
Makeda.
sure what the fans.
Hold!
Makeda is the ball carrier. We got a flag on the play after the fact. And I'm not sure the Raiders fans were seeing something on the field. I don't know if they thought they saw 12
that the clock
men.
was running. They were yelling that the clock was running.
Oh, okay, I see.
Buckeyes territory at the 143.
Face mask number 5 of the defense.
They're calling a face mask against Jet Jones. That's going to give them 15 yards.
Yeah, all the way down
And
inside the 30-yard
That's a big deal
line.
because
Yeah.
you got 52 seconds left on the clock.
Jeff, now how big does that third down run from Makeda look?
Well, it's huge because that kept the drive alive, and now they're looking. They're inside the 30 with 52 seconds left. They got 4 attempts at the end zone.
Yeah, only one timeout left here, Jeff, for the Raiders.
I have no idea why they did that. They're going to have to call a timeout. Obviously, they'll call a timeout as they do. We'll do the same. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the first half.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
45 seconds left to play here in the first half, and a face mask penalty against Jet Jones gets this all the way down to inside the 30-yard line. And then Max Akeda just runs a quarterback dive for some inexplicable reason. The Raiders burned their last timeout. They have no timeouts left. But Jeff, I got to tell you, there's been a lot of confusion going on with the guys in stripes here as clocks run and miscommunication, and then a lot of kind of phantom flags. But right now, this will be something like 100-plus yards in penalties against the Buckeyes in the first half to 5 against Sunnyvale. And they've definitely come out ahead so far where that's
they've
concerned.
got 3 shots at the end zone here. They're going to take the first one right here. They're going for the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Luke Watson was absolutely tackled on that play, and no flags whatsoever. As the jersey was grabbed, you can go back and watch that on film. I cannot believe that that holding penalties have been called 4 times against the Buckeyes, and that's not holding. That's a little bit inexplicable. You're 3 rounds deep in the playoffs here. You ought to be able to have refereeing crews that can recognize when a guy gets his jersey pulled.
All right,
like
this is going to be their second attempt. They're going to put it in the air, obviously, 38 seconds on the clock.
4 on the play clock, Jeff. They're not going to get this off. That's a second late.
Just the last minute. They're going to launch one again down the sideline, and they're going to say he caught it.
Oh, my goodness.
On the 2. On the 2. Jaden Griffith on the coverage for the Buckeyes. He was there step for step.
Yeah, they didn't get the play off. That play clock ran out. That was 0 on the play clock. And Coach Tommy Edwards is screaming down there that's 0 on the play clock. They did not get that play off.
Well, now you got an opportunity. You got 31 seconds here. They're going to obviously try to run this right up the gut. And this is going to be a quarterback keeper, and he dives forward, and they're going to stop him. And they have no timeouts.
Yeah, they can't stop the clock here. This is going to
keep running. So they
to
have jump up real quick and try to stop the clock. So they're yelling, get set. 18 seconds on the clock. They're trying to get the ball snapped. They're going to just do the same thing again. Dive forward. He goes up in the air and bounces outside for the score. Akeda does a good job of going up tight. We just don't have anybody outside in case he rolls off. And he was able to roll off to the right side and get a score with only 6 seconds left on the clock. Just needed one stop there to be able to let the time expire and could have held him scoreless. But the Raiders showing you that they came to play too. They're not in the third round for no reason at all. Extra point is good. We'll be right back for the kickoff after these messages.
Don't miss the 4A UIL Football State Championships this December. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi.
So Jeff, 22-7 as the Raiders manage to do a dive over the top. He's stopped, and Akeda manages to keep his feet. Or I should say that's number 12, Jake Taylor, who was in as the power quarterback. And watch for some trickery here as the Buckeyes have been focusing on this all week long. As Sunnyvale will do all kinds of things out of this formation on the kickoff unit, Jeff. But they stay in this game 22-7 now on basically the last play of the first half. And let's see what the Buckeyes do now.
All right, they're going to go high pooch kick, going to be fielded by number 2, Jaden Griffin, who ran one back last week. And he's going to get drugged down with 1 second on the clock. Flags on the play as we have some more scuffling after the play.
Yeah, this has got to be against Sunnyvale.
Well, don't bet your house on it.
That's number 35 there that was literally swinging, tied up with Arona, and flags came from everywhere. But as you say, Jeff, so far Sunnyvale has not caught a flag anywhere. If this is the case and it's an unsportsmanlike conduct against Sunnyvale, it will move the Buckeyes with 1 second. Offsetting, unbelievable.
Yeah, offsetting play.
Gilmer's not going to get a call in this game. That's just.
On Gilmer, that would be a 15-yard penalty and 4.
So I told you, it goes against Gilmer. 15 yards.
I'll tell you what.
And rack up the penalties
it
to
is
115 yards
pathetic.
of penalties.
You get a punch thrown by Sunnyvale. They call those offsetting, and then they call a 15-yard penalty against the Buckeye sideline.
And really, at this point, it's got, we got 1 second on the clock here. Sunnyvale's going into prevent defense. They've got 4 men, 30 yards deep. We're just going to take a knee here and go into halftime, so it really didn't matter except on the stat sheet. So the score is 22-7 at halftime, folks. Gilmer versus Sunnyvale. We will be back here in just a few moments with the bands and then the second half of play in this third round Division II playoffs. We'll be right back.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
This is unreal. It's like they're trying to do it on purpose. Oh, well, they're
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the award-winning Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Murray. Officers from left to right are Eva Warden Jr., Lady Drake Jr., Sarah Warden Jr., Tiffany Wilson Jr., and Skylar Ford Sr. The Stars will now perform a palm routine to theme. Now, Buckeye fans, on your feet and make some noise as the Stars kick to the Gilmer Buckeye fight song.
It's not your job to make it even.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, we play like this next week, we're going home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the UIL State Qualifying Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Confident. The Gilmer Band Majorettes. The Buckeye Band marches in the traditional American military style under the field command of Drum Major Jalen Wilkerson and feature twirler Kenneth Reddy. The band steps off to Invictus March by K.L. King and Queen City March by Bourne. Gilmer High School Buckeye Band.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
Extra, extra! Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
For 120 years, First National Bank of East Texas has been earning the trust of our customers and our East Texas communities through ever-changing times with the commitment, dedication, and financial strength of our network of branches across East Texas, fulfilling dreams big and small and earning your trust every day. Let our friendly, expert staff serve you and your family's financial needs. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better.
Winningham Chevrolet is proud to support the Gilmer Buckeyes. Don't miss out on the 15% savings on the 2020 Blazer, Equinox, and Trax. And remember, our service department is now open Saturday 8 to 12. Stop by and see Jay, Roger, and Lindsay at Winningham Chevrolet. The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes! Don't miss the 4A UIL Football State Championships this December. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Up on your feet, Raider fans, for the
And as we end halftime and concluded here, folks, from Athens, Texas, the Buckeyes took a 22-7 lead in at halftime. Some controversial calls at best to end the half as the Buckeyes give up a touchdown literally on the next to last play of the game. And let's just say statistically, Jeff, that as you said, the stats are pretty one-sided except for that penalties thing. The Buckeyes have 9 penalties for 105 yards. As Sunnyvale takes the field. And Sunnyvale has 1 penalty for 5 yards.
Yeah,
So,
1 penalty for 5 yards, and that is excellent. Good for them. I'm always happy. See, I'm looking for the brighter side of things. And during halftime, we have this camera mic over here on the other camera, not our mics. Our mic's on hot on the band. And you got thrown under the bus a little bit. Your dad's texting me saying, "I can hear you and Todd in the background." I was like, "Mr. Robinson, I promise that's not us. That's Joe Dodd." It's a Dodd. Anytime you hear something like that in the background, it's going to be a D-O-D-D. And he's like, "I know my son's voice." And I was like, "Sir, I promise he was at the concession stand."
I was ordering popcorn for all of us.
He was at the concession stand. It was Joe.
But my father,
I don't think he
knows me
believes
well.
it. Yeah.
He knew what I was thinking, and he heard it subliminally as I was ordering popcorn.
Yeah. He's like, it was ringing in his ears. He knows you're capable. Let's put it that way. But nobody's more passionate than a Dodd about referees. And Joe, we're gonna have to get Joe therapy. I can tell you now. He was really not happy a while ago. I can promise you. But time for the kickoff. The Buckeyes did lose the coin toss at the beginning of the game, and but Sunnyvale deferred to the second half, which means the Buckeyes are going to be kicking off to them. So it's 22-7 Buckeyes as we begin the third quarter. And I look for them to lay the hammer down right here. I'll be honest with you, Todd.
I think you're right, Jeff.
I think we'll make some adjustments. Sunnyvale, though, we talked about this, got a good game plan. They're like, we can't run with these guys. We're not a good matchup. So let's just put 3 safeties back deep, play everything in front of us, keep them in front of us, and it's really kind of worked well for them so far. But I look for the Buckeyes to kind of blow the lid off in this second half. So let's look for that together as the ball bounces into the end zone, and we'll come back to the 25-yard line. I think you're going to see the Buckeyes will continue to shut down their offense as they did pretty well there in the first half. But I think you'll see the offense get a whole new rhythm as they come in and make adjustments from halftime. So
the Buckeyes probably left 14 points on the field. We'll keep a close eye on the Pleasant Grove score as we've got people that are watching the Pleasant Grove game telling us pretty much that the Caddo Mills quarterback has played unbelievable, but their receivers have had a lot of drops. Otherwise, they would be leading. Otherwise, Pleasant Grove leads 24-14 at the half. 22-7 at the half as our second half begins here.
Quarterback keeper, and he did a great job of waiting for that hole to develop. Did you see how patient he was, Makeda there, and picks up about 6 good yards on the carry. Nice run there by the quarterback.
Yeah, and obviously Sunnyvale very well coached. They're going to try to keep as much of the play clock on their side as they can and keep the ball away from this Buckeye offense. The odds are stacked against them here, but look for them to run the ball a lot.
Yeah, handoff 23. That's the big back that's got 900 yards rushing on the season. He's had pretty much nothing to speak of, here in the first half. Buckeyes have kind of shut him down pretty well, and again limited the number of yards that these guys have been able to put up in the first half.
3rd and 2 here, Jeff, inside their own 35-yard line. Look for Makeda to carry the ball here. And it's going to be up to the Buckeye defense to get some penetration here and make a tackle that's going to be obvious punting down if they can.
All right, they're going to make a adjustment right here. One receiver left and right. They're going to hand off again up the middle, and look at here. He picks up the first down. Great job there getting out in the open and picking up about 7 good yards. So
Eats a minute and 15 seconds off the clock in 3 plays, and you get the feeling that that's what Sunnyvale is going to try to do here. Take the air out of the ball, limit the Buckeyes' possessions, and just kind of do a little ground and pound here and run some clock.
Quarterback keeper, he's wanting to go up the middle. Boy, look at here, he bounced outside and got behind a very effective block. And big gain there, about 16 yards on the carry, across midfield out into Buckeye territory. Raiders doing a good job right now moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, Makeda does nothing there except for just wait. Everything collapses on the inside. He just bounces it out. 33 Arona, the outside linebacker for the Buckeyes, gets caught up in traffic in the inside, just a young sophomore. If there's one thing that he needs to work on in his game, Jeff, it's probably that, is understanding keeping outside leverage. You notice that almost every play they try to get the free, easy yards there, trying to draw the Buckeyes off.
Okay, handoff up the middle, and he is met with extreme force right up the gut there by, half the defense. There was Hernandez and Cody Guidry, and Jet Jones met him at the line of scrimmage there, so he's going to get a no gain on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Big Ward, Braylon Ward, number 52, 54, the young sophomore for the Buckeyes, doing a good job getting penetration there. 2nd down and long, and already 2.5 minutes eaten off the clock here in the 3rd quarter for this first possession. The Buckeye defense needs to go ahead and make a stop and make it now.
All right, man in motion. Quarterback rolls to his left side. Got a man. Going to pick up another 9 yards on that one.
That's the same play they've run over and over and over again, Jeff, and the Buckeyes have not figured that out yet. Just miscommunication between the safety. The corner's playing man. He runs off with the deep route. The safety kind of comes up underneath the play in the middle, and that inside guy just goes 9 yards and turns around right on the sideline, and Makeda just rolls out and finds him.
All right, quarterback keeper, this time around the right side, and he just ducks his head, and just a good, tough runner. Ducks his head and picks up a good 5 yards and a first down.
You get the feeling they kind of lulled the Buckeyes to sleep, Jeff. So far, they've run exactly 4 plays. They've run every one of them 3 times in this possession, and they've marched straight down the field and eaten 3 minutes off the clock.
Low snap, looking to pass. He's going to go a go route down the sideline. And that's going to draw a flag against number 2, and the Raider fans happy about that. They saw him tug on the jersey a little bit there, and they're going to call an interference against number 2, so that'll add 15 more to the 105 that the Buckeyes amassed during the first half.
Jaden Griffin earned that one. I mean, that probably is a hold, not a pass interference call. And the hold will be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. And pass interference will be a 15-yard penalty. And of course, that's what it is it's the 15-yard variety. And so far, the Buckeye defense to start this 3rd quarter has just kind of let Sunnyvale go straight down the field on them and been really, really kind of sloppy. And Sunnyvale really has only run about 5 plays. You know, they've run them, they've just gone back to them over and over and over again.
All right, for the first time, quarterback goes under center and just does a quick pitch. And look at this, get outside quick. And what a great job by Jet Jones, who had like 19 tackles in last week's game. He's had a big game here tonight, and if he doesn't make that tackle, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, there is no contain out there on the right-hand side as the Buckeyes get caught slanting inside. And you have number 6, Marshae Spraglin, who is the inside corner who would normally come up and run support, but he's in man-to-man coverage, so he's responsible for his man. And they get the edge and get inside the 10-yard line here.
Quarterback rolling to his left side, fires one, and that's going to be called a catch, and a really good catch as he turns around and catches that one behind him down to the 1-yard line. And don't look now, but the Raiders are looking at knocking on the door here to pull this game and make it a little bit more interesting. 8-17,
The Buckeye defense really
left
just
in the third.
Kind of came out flat here to start the third quarter, Jeff, as they got them in a couple of third down situations, but unable to convert. Now you got the big number 15 in at quarterback. That's Braden Gomez. Remember, he scored on the next to the last play at halftime, and he's just going to run it up the middle.
Yeah, they're going to just go out the left side. Yeah, that's number 12, Jake Taylor on the score for the Raiders. And they just put him in at Wildcat and said, find a way in the end zone. And he does for the second time today.
Yeah, and now, Jeff, you've let Sunnyvale in the game with they've ate almost 4 minutes off the clock in that opening drive in the third quarter. They really ran 5 plays outside the sweep and went straight down the field in probably what was about a 12-play drive.
Well, that was their best drive of the game, no question.
Oh, by far, by far.
Best drive of the game. They get the extra point, folks. We'll be right back, finish up the third quarter. 8:13 left in the third. It's Gilmer 22, Sunnyvale 14.
Hey, East Texas, Matt Darby here, and I serve as one of the pastors at New Beginnings Baptist Church in Gilmer and in Longview. Let me ask you a question. Are you looking for hope in your life right now? We believe that the answer is Jesus Christ, and every Sunday we fix our eyes on Him and we worship Jesus together. I want to invite you to one of our worship services at 8, 9:30, and 11 in Gilmer and in Longview. We'll see you there.
All right, we're back here, and Sunnyvale scores against the Buckeyes. 8:13 left to play. They just ate up almost 4 minutes off the clock. And that was their best drive, Todd, of the game for sure. They actually earned their way all the way down the field with the assistance of only 15 yards on an interference penalty. But moving the ball on the ground effectively, more so than they did in the first half. So they're making the game interesting for sure. So the Buckeye offense is going to get out here and see what they can do. Watch, they could do an onside kick here. Remember, they're not just down a touchdown because we went for 2 earlier. So they're down 2 scores. And they are going to just do a little squib kick down the middle. And that is going to be fielded by number 12, Mason Hurt, who cuts upfield. And he's going to get out past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he left a mark there on number 7 as he put his head down. And number 7, Jackson Ivey for Sunnyvale, is got a tattoo of number 12 right about his chest as Mason Hurt put his shoulder into that one. And the Buckeye offense needs to answer quickly here. This is an 8-point game with 8:07 left. The Buckeye defense came out kind of flat here to open this third quarter. 76-yard drive there. And let's see if now Sunnyvale doesn't decide to bring some different kind of blitzes.
Okay, they're showing blitz, but they're not going to do it. They're going to hand off number 38, Haynes, up the middle, and they're going to stop him for about a yard gain.
Yeah, now they're rotating their secondary, Jeff. So all they're doing is basically taking those 3 deep, and they're rotating around to the strong side. You notice that number 10, Luke Watson, rolled up in the F-back position because they're bringing now both those outside linebackers. Here they come again.
All right, rolling to his right side. They're going to dump to number 17. Dodges one would-be tackler, gets out real close to the first down marker. He's going to get it. He'll get the first down at the 42-yard line. So once again, offensively, story has been about number 17 today, Rowan Fluella.
Yeah, water on the side of the Buckeyes as road just flows through it. And now a little tempo from BT and the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 from their own 42.
All right, Tennyson hands off to Haynes up the middle. Not much there, but Haynes figures out a way to kind of sneak under a pile, pick up about 5 yards. I'd do that all day long. 2nd and 5 for the Buckeyes, just shy of the 50 on the 47.
Yeah, they're outmanned, and they don't want to get into a scoring competition here with the Buckeyes, but the Buckeyes got a little rhythm now, playing fast.
Dropping back, looking to pass, batted down. Batted down, that was the big number 23. That's the running back we've been talking about.
Yeah, that's Obi Aranzi. He's the senior, he's the big running back, but also the defensive end, and normally they're not coming. He's trying to pass and read the run. Brings up 3rd and 5. Most likely 4-down territory here for the Buckeyes as they'll stay with their strength. But Sunnyvale fans making some noise on this side, trying to crawl back into this game.
They're showing blitz. They're going to drop back. looking to pass, heavy pressure, he's sacked. What a great job defensively by Sunnyvale there to get in the backfield at just the right time. Tennyson looks up and he is wearing number 5. And the defensive strategy here today against the Buckeyes has been somewhat effective.
Well, they made adjustments, and what they're doing now is they're sneaking the corners in, rotating those safeties up. So now you get, at the snap of the ball, you're getting a 2 safety look as they're bringing an extra man in the box and then bringing coverage. Look and see what the Buckeyes do here, Jeff, in terms of the punt.
Got a high snap, and it is going to be kicked by Hernandez. They take a fair catch on the 29. So the Raiders are going to get the ball back, 1st and 10 from the 29, and they have really got the momentum on their side right now. And of course that can shift in an instant in the game of football. It's what I love about the game. But right now, got all the momentum on the Raiders side of the ball. Well, 6:06 left to play in the 3rd.
Defensively, they made some adjustments. They're rotating now their secondary, bringing an extra guy down into the box, especially on 1st and 2nd down. And then they're bringing blitzes, and then the Buckeyes were unable to pick up that blitz from the outside there. As number 5 gets home, and BT had number 10, Luke Watson, in the flat. But now they're back to just kind of grounding and pounding behind Makeda. And let's see if they don't try to run it on 1st down here. And Buckeyes are shifting back into zone coverage now here in the backfield.
All right, we got a bad snap. They're forced to pick it up. They're going to get number 5 scrambling for his life. He's going to lose about 6, maybe 7.
He may have lost 16. He did a great job to try to get 5 back. But that bad snap there is going to put them in a hole. But now watch them try to get Makeda into the back, or excuse me, out into the flats and roll him. As we're now already, Jeff, a third of the way through the 3rd quarter. The Buckeyes run 3 plays on offense. This is now kind of a keep away from the Buckeyes, and because the Buckeyes left so many points on the field in the first half, they're only 8 points up. And you got to not only get a stop, you got to get you got to get back out in a lead here. 2nd and 13. Now we got a timeout.
Yep.
Sunnyvale. We'll take a timeout.
They were having some confusion on the offensive side of the ball. We'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
So Jeff, after a bad snap, puts the Sunnyvale Raiders into a pretty deep hole. 2nd down, and we'll call it 17 from the 23-yard line. They got to get all the way out to their own 40 for a 1st down. 5:23 left here to play in the 3rd quarter. Buckeyes lead 22-14, but they've only run 3 offensive plays here in the 2nd half so far. And this is probably the defense's 20th play to defend here. As time of possession is absolutely flipped here in the 3rd quarter, the Buckeye defense got to find a way to get off the field.
Okay, if they fake the handoff, do a quick pass that was intended for number 5 there. It made the big defensive stop or the sack earlier, and he just drops that one. And that brings up a long 3rd and 17 for Sunnyvale. And so money down, as the Buckeyes call it.
Yeah, they're going nickel, which means that Rowan Flewellen's going to come on the field with Cody Guidry and his brother Dylan Flewellen. They're going to play zone here, try to keep everything in front of them, and they're going to try to bring pressure from the outside with Jaron Choice out here at the linebacker position. The Buckeyes got to get off the field here with 5:19 left in the 3rd quarter.
Got a man in motion. They are in zone. They're going to snap it, roll to his right side, heavy pressure, and he's forced to throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th and 17, so they're going to have to punt. So
yeah, there's
again,
nobody.
We talked about momentum shifting in a heartbeat, and it does a little bit there to the Buckeyes' favor.
Yeah, he's inside the tackle box and dumps that to exactly nobody, and that should have been a flag for intentional grounding, and it of course was not. We've been told this is a Fort Worth officiating crew that we've never seen before, and I'm not sure we ever want to see them again.
Well, supposedly this group has done state championships.
Well, that was in 1981 in Class A for 6-man football somewhere.
Todd, I am sure they're doing the very best that they can.
Well,
I'm sure of it.
They're doing a number on the Buckeyes right now, that's for sure. But the defense steps up. Let's see if Roland Flewellen, standing at midfield, can get a decent return on this kick.
They got a good snap. It's a low, it's going to hit a big bounce. Great punt, all the way down to the 30-yard line. And that'll still be good field position for the Buckeyes to start up. Let's see if they can't get some offensive momentum going right here after a 3-and-out on the first series.
Let's talk a little X's and O's, Jeff, here. As you saw, for the first 3-and-out, they were rolling the secondary, especially in the first down running and rolling an extra man into the box. And BT and the Buckeyes did not read the blitz on 3rd down and long and got them off the field of 3-and-out. So now you look at the same setup with 3-man deep, 3 safeties deep, but look at the cornerback right here and look at them cheating up to the line of scrimmage to get extra man in the box.
Yeah. Now, of course, the Buckeyes will make adjustments on that if they keep doing that, and they'll end up getting burned as Tennyson's forced out of the pocket and forced to run for his life. He picks up about 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, makes a good move on the outside. He just kind of ran out of wide side of the field as they wanted to roll this to Dylan Flewellen in the short route, as the coaches in the booth really trying to figure out this secondary coverage. All they're doing is just rolling to the strong side with their safeties. You see the
handoff up the middle to Haynes. He dives for about a 4-yard gain. That's going to leave him 3 yards short, 4 yards short.
Once again, the Buckeyes find themselves in 3rd down and having to convert. Cody Guidry's going to come into the back to the run game, or he's going to come in at running back and watch him roll to the strong side and try to get pressure from the outside. It's the backside linebacker back there that's blitzing. Leaves the safety over the top. Let's see if BT reads it this time. Here they come.
They're coming hard. BT rolls to his right.
Got him.
Jumps
Got
it
him.
out
Got
to
him.
number 6, Marseille Spraglin, who picks up the first down.
That's exactly the play you need to run. BT backs up, delivers the strike to Marseille. He runs right exactly where the linebackers left from because they're all blitzing, and moves the chains for the Buckeyes. That's a great offensive call by the guys upstairs.
Brandon Tennyson does a great job of keeping his composure under some heavy pressure and delivers a perfect pass. Handoff up the middle to Guidry. Guidry lowers his head. I love watching this kid run the football. Man, he is just one of the toughest kids on this team.
Yeah, he runs with a purpose, Jeff.
He really does. And he runs north and south, too. When he turns upfield, he's going. If you're in his way, he's going to lower his head. 8-yard run, 2nd and 2. BT going to keep it. Under pressure, in trouble, top for a loss.
Yeah, they came on the run blitz on that side and blew up the outside block. Left tackle number 71 for the Buckeyes. That's Matthew Malden. Just had a little bit more than he could handle with the coming of the number 5 and the defensive end. He can't block them both. And BT didn't have a chance to reverse his field. Brings up 3rd down and 6. The Buckeyes need the 44th for a first down, but probably 4-down territory here for Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes. Here comes the blitz, Jeff.
All right, here's the snap. Looking to dump it. Got a man. First down, guess who?
Rowan Flewellen.
He was just absolutely had an awesome game today so far.
Yeah, and that is a rope by Brandon Tennyson who just threads the needle on the inside there, faking that outside. He had Cody Guidry all day long in the flat as well. The Buckeyes are on the attack right now. They are counter-punching right now with exactly what the Raiders are trying to throw at them blitz-wise.
Handoff up the middle. Number 38, Haynes. Good for about 2.
2:50 left and counting now in the 3rd quarter. Buckeyes lead 22-14 and marching at the Sunnyvale 37-yard line. Really some nice defensive adjustments made by the Sunnyvale coaching staff, but right now the Buckeye offensive staff is making some counter adjustments here and coming back.
All right, they're launching. They're going for the end zone here, and that is going to be
touchdown.
You are kidding me. You are kidding me. There is no way he caught that ball.
What a play by Marseille Spraglin.
That is the catch of the year, double coverage. I thought there was no way. And he just gets up with the football.
That is just a fantastic
No way
catch.
he caught that ball. I can't wait to watch replay on that one.
Yeah, he just simply refuses to let the ball hit the turf.
No way.
Watch him go for 2 here, Jeff.
Unbelievable.
28-14 the lead. Buckeyes content to deliver the extra point, but that is an absolute dime dropped in by Brandon Tennyson, and Marseille Spraglin stays exactly with that pass.
How he dialed that in, I'll never know, but I love it. And the Buckeyes back on the board, so like we said, momentum change. We'll be back in just a minute. Buckeyes 29 Raiders 14.
That's a catch right there.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
Extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer.
The Buckeyes just scored. 29-14 is our score with 2:30 left to play in the third. And Todd, here's some news for you. Going into the third quarter, Caddo Mills 21, Pleasant Grove 24.
Look out, and we
So
were told,
go Caddo Mills.
We were told, Jeff, that Caddo Mills has been absolutely playing Pleasant Grove off their feet. But Jeff, I'll tell you, at the end of the day, they're in this game. Jeff, just a little did you know from our good friend Joe Dodd, since 2000, Gilmer is 203-12. 94% of their games won when they score 30 points or more. It's 29-14 now. The Buckeyes 1 point shy of a 94% winning percentage since in the last 2 decades, basically.
Well, I wish you almost hadn't read that stat right now, but I'm going to play like you did, and I'm just going to ignore it. And if that ball gets kicked into the end zone, they're going to bring it out 1st and 10 from the 25. So now, the Raiders came out with their very best offensive possession this last possession. Let's see if the Buckeyes can make some adjustments here and get in there and get some penetration. They were running the ball pretty much at will and throwing some great out routes on the way down. Let's see if they can do it again. They're 75 yards away from pay dirt. Let's see what these guys have in store for us. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and look at that.
And what they got in
on
store.
top of it right off the bat, number 10, Watson, and number 27, is that Jimerson?
Yeah, that's Jimerson. That's Bryson's back. And that is Luke Watson, who doesn't just read that play. He read it like he wrote it, and just shuts that down for 0 gain. And this puts now puts Sunnyvale back into a position where they're going to have to throw the football. Look for man-to-man coverage up top and on the bottom, trying to find the zone read. And they'll look probably down this left-hand side to go man-to-man straight up the field. Here it is, Jeff.
Buckeyes coming hard.
They're
just going to launch a go route down the side, and running stride for stride with him is number 2, Jaden Griffin.
Now you got 3rd and long. You call that play. You know exactly what's coming. It's 2nd down and long. They take their shot. They think, hey, 3 things can happen. 2 of them are good. A catch, which they've done a few times tonight already. An interference penalty, which has happened multiple times already, or an incomplete pass. Now 3rd and 10. Now the Buckeyes go straight zone. They're going to try to keep everything in front of them and look for maybe a draw play here.
High snap, pulls it down, running to his right, throws, and it is almost intercepted. Number 14, Dylan Fluellen, just nearly pulled that one down, just unable to reel it in.
What a job there. And I don't know if Sunnyvale, Jeff, down, they're going to have to punt this ball. They're going to have to give it back to the defense. There's a 3-and-out stop there by the Buckeye black flag.
Great job by the defense.
What a play by number 14, Dylan Fluellen, who goes up and almost comes down with that one. And now little brother, number 17, Ro Fluellen, standing back at his 45, prepared to give the Buckeyes the ball back in great field position and really a chance to start putting this game on ice.
All right, here's the punt. It is a pretty good one. Not going to get a return on this one. Hits at about the 39 and bounces in to the 31.
But here comes BT and the Buckeyes again, Jeff, to try to push this score into the 30s, where we said they are a 94% winning percentage. Up 2 scores here, up 15 left with 13.5 minutes left to play in this game. The Buckeyes really one good drive away from putting this one on ice, and we will keep a close eye on what's happening in Royce City. Going into the 4th quarter, Pleasant Grove leads Caddo Mills 24-21. Here comes the blitz, Jeff.
Here's the snap. Dumps it over his head. Number 17, Rowan Fluellen on the catch, and he's going to get maybe a couple of yards on that. Listen, are they saying, what are they saying? They think he fumbled? I'm getting I just got a text that said, according to the Friday Night Light app, that Caddo Mills is 28 and PG's 24 with 11 minutes in the game.
That could very well be.
That may be the case.
Caddo Mills takes the lead over Pleasant Grove. It's 2nd down and 8 for the Buckeyes after that completed pass to Rowan Flewellen.
All right, handoff, Choice, stiff arm, lowers his head, moving forward. Nice run there, about 5 on the carry. He's gonna be 2 yards short of the first. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 2.
Huge 3rd down play here, Jeff.
Just
Let's see if they go back to Choice.
Again. I just hand this straight to Choice, right here, up the gut. He's hit instantly and drops. What a great job defensively there by Sunnyvale.
Yeah, look for the offense.
It holds him to about 1 yard.
Offense will stay on the field right here, Jeff.
Yeah, this is 4th and 1 on our own 40. You know, this is one of those deals where you just got to do it. You got to go for it here.
I think the Buckeyes are going to
load the box. I don't know what they want to talk about here. Yeah, they're going to let the quarter expire. So they have a minute to talk about
Jeff. Buckeyes lead 29-14. Big 4th down play coming. We'll be right back.
Extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
Looking for future leaders?
All right,
4th down,
Buckeyes,
Jeff.
it's 4th quarter.
Look at this lineup, Jeff. Out of the timeout. Punt formation.
Look at this. We got a little confusion over here. Trip receivers to the left side, one to the right. They're lining up in punt formation.
Sunnyvale takes the timeout. Wow.
Yeah, this is making me nervous. I'd rather just line up and hand it to Choice and hope for the best. You know, right up the gut. Choice is good for a yard. But I don't get paid to coach.
Little rain falling now, Jeff, as we...
So
Jeff,
this is going to be interesting. 4th and 1 from the 40. Buckeyes lined up in punt formation, but they threw a little jazz out there. They had 3 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. So I don't know what the plan is here. I think they're trying to spread everybody out, and maybe they're going to, you know, they've got the big boys in. Now they're in, you know, pretty much a standard punt formation here. Got the big boys. I think they're actually going to punt this ball.
2 men deep for Sunnyvale right now, Jeff. So where would you punt it?
Yeah, I just let him put that big leg in there, and he does. And it takes a great bounce out of bounds, unfortunately. But going to pin them back around the 27, 28-yard line. So Sunnyvale's going to get the ball back. Are you a little surprised that they didn't go for that?
You know what, Jeff? With the rain and with the way the defense had played that last possession, I'm really not surprised that Coach Metzel would say, hey, you know what, we're 2 scores up right now. Plus, you would have to get a 2-point conversion just to get a tie out of those 2 scores. I don't think you can do that to our defense without giving the ball back to us in the meantime, and then you eat basically what is a half a quarter off the clock, and then you basically can be right back in this situation with 3 or 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I'll ask Alan about that.
I love
finding out why they make those decisions. There's always a lot of logic built into it. Handoff up the middle, nearly tackled from the backside by Luke Watson. He does a good job of stopping them, and then here comes Jet Jones and the defensive line.
Matt Burton is a beast now. I tell you what, that dude is playing ball. You do not run at number 44. It is just not good thing. Where do they spot that ball? Yeah, with no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Now watch him take the shot up top as the Buckeyes go to zone coverage out here on the wide side. Don't jump. That's what they're trying to do, is get them off sides.
Yeah, you got 2 receivers wide to the right. You got you've got two men playing like man, and you got over the top, you've got number 14, Dylan Fluellen, playing this zone back here. They're dropping back, looking to pass. They're under heavy pressure. He's been forced out of the pocket. He's going to try to dump it, and he gets it. Great pass.
Yeah, that's all they do is they run to a spot and sit down. That's exactly what you should do in his zone, is to sit down, as Matt Burton has got all by himself outside coverage. He thinks that he's got Akeda dead to rights in the backfield, and he pump fakes, and Matt leaves his feet and gives him just enough time to get outside. That brings us to 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. Now watch him go to the exact same play on the other side. The outside receiver, Jeff, will go right to the 40-yard line and sit down. And they are going to be 3 receivers out to that side. They'll roll to the left and try to throw.
To the left. He is going to go dump it real quick, and they just drop it.
Run pass option, Jeff.
And he had the first down, but it wasn't a good throw, but he probably should have reeled that one. He just drops it.
Yeah,
that brings up 4th and 5.
This is the game for Sunnyvale. If they decide to go for it here and they don't make it, they're basically they're signing their own death warrant. Down 15. Let's see what Coach for Sunnyvale here settles.
They're lining up to go for it. They came here to win.
This is the game right here.
They came here to win. This is a really gutsy call. You got 10:58 left in the 4th. Now they're going to quick kick it, and so that's going to roll inside the 30-yard line all the way down to the 27.
Buckeyes will take that, Jeff, leading 29-14. 10:47 left to play in the game. BT and the Buckeyes come back on the field. Look for a big dose of big number 24 here, or whoever the running back is. Let's see, that's number 38. That's Haynes still in the game. Jeff, we'll keep a close eye. We've been told Caddo Mills has gone up 28-24 over Pleasant Grove in the 4th quarter. Obviously, the winner of that game will face the Buckeyes presumably next week. That will be played in Longview, I believe. But 10:47 left to play in this game first. Let's see if the Buckeye offense can put a nail in the coffin here.
All right, Haynes in the backfield. Pulls up, dumps one out to number 17, Rowan Fluell, and breaks one tackle and gets jerked down, but he gets jerked down forward for 2 more yards. That'll be about a 5-yard gain.
Be water, my friend, be water.
Yeah. So 2nd and 5. Ball's going to be spotted on the 32. 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Tennyson, quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's not going to quite get there. He's going to be about 2 yards shy, maybe 1.5 yards.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 2, and a huge play here now for the Buckeyes. Haynes tries to get his shoe back on. Choice starts to come on the field and then runs back off. 3rd and 1, look for Haynes to carry this one.
Haynes, and he just diving for it, not going to get there. They're going to be a yard short. Now we're in the exact same position we were a few minutes ago where we were 4th and 1 on the 40. Now we're 4th and 1, ball spotted on the 36.
Yeah, you punt this one again,
So
Jeff.
they're going to punt it again.
Up 15. You run another minute off the clock. Coach Metzel wisely playing the percentages here.
Yeah, this is clock management as much as it is anything.
And doing the math here and being very conservative and taking the time off the clock.
You got to be careful here. You got to make sure you got a good deep snap. You don't want to fumble a snap at this point. Good snap. Kind of takes a good roll, but not one of our better punts. It's going to roll down inside the 35 to the 33.
Flip the field, give it back to the defense, Jeff. 9 minutes and 2 seconds left in this ball game. 29-14, leading by 15 points, and the Buckeyes, I hope I didn't jinx them here. They just got to get to that 30-point mark where the magic happens. Not quite there yet. And just exchanging possessions with 3 and outs here with a Sunnyvale offense that, quite frankly, has been as opportunistic as anything else. Key right now, Jeff, is to see if they can pick up anything on 1st down. You remember the last 2 possessions, 1st and 10, they've run that delayed quarterback draw. Let's see if they do that here again and just follow the same pattern they've had. There it is again.
Yeah, there's a draw right up the middle. And that's going to be good for about 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
So now you got them 2nd and 5. Now the pattern has been you roll out and you basically try to flood the zone to the wide side of the field, almost exclusively right-handed. Second down and 5 now. for Sunnyvale.
Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper. He goes up the middle. Not a lot there. Buckeyes are going to stuff that one.
No
That's
gain.
going to bring up 3rd and 5. And more importantly, the clock continues to run.
Yeah, this is going to eat basically so far about a minute off this clock, and Sunnyvale very content to leave the ball in Makeda's hands. They're going to try to claw and scratch and stay in this game, but at some point, Jeff, they got to take their shot. A running clock and 3 yards in a cloud of dust is not going to get it done for Sunnyvale, as this defense now is going to be straight up zone to the outside, man-to-man coverage on the far man. That's Marche Spraglin.
High snap. Quarterback keeper again to the left side. Got some yardage. He's going to pick up the 1st down. That'll move the chain, stop the clock temporarily.
And the Buckeye defense unable to get off the field there, as they're about to have the field tilted on them after the last punt, but we're under 8 minutes to play now. Clock continues to run, Jeff, and so far it's just been Makeda left and Makeda right, as the Buckeye defense is going to sit back in that zone and try to keep stuff in front of them. Run pass option once again.
And that is just a quick pass, just a little inside route. Number 14, the inside receiver for the Raiders, does a good job getting off of the initial hit by number 4, Cody Guidry. Gets upfield for an extra few yards.
Man-to-man coverage on top, Jeff.
Handoff up the middle, number 5. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 3.
And you notice right now, Jeff, what's not happening is you don't see any white shirts in the backfield. So the Buckeye defensive line's not getting any penetration right now, is they're straight up run blocking. They're coming straight off the ball, and everything that they're doing on the passing side is run pass option. But they're playing with some pace right now. 7 minutes left to play, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, they're going to the air. They're launching one down the sideline. Number 6, Spraglin on the defense. Another flag on Spraglin. And these guys are really strict with what they call pass interference, folks. That is like the 5th pass interference call tonight against the Buckeyes. And
you can't play it any better than that. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if...
Yeah, they're going to call that pass interference. That's going to be automatic 1st down, 15 yards. And the Raiders are in good shape right here. They are 1st and 10 on the Buckeye 25-yard line with 6:51 left.
Well, now Coach Tommy Edwards is going to have to change the equation. You're going to have to bring pressure at some point as the rain is coming down now. But the Buckeyes having trouble with the guys in stripes.
They're going to go for the end zone. They're doing it again, and this time it is intercepted.
Jaden Griffith comes up with a pick.
What is the ref? What is the? Yeah, Jaden Griffin comes up with a pick at just the right time in the end zone.
Huge play by number 2. And let me tell you something, Jeff. I'm shocked because that is exactly how it was played on the other side. The same back judge did not throw his flag, although he reached for it to kind of see who was going to come down with the ball. But Jaden Griffith sat in his hip pocket, made that interception. You physically cannot play that any better. Fortunately for the Buckeyes, they did not get the call, as this is going to be one of the most lopsided penalty games ever. We'll watch for big number 24 right now, Jerron Choice, to get a big dose up the middle.
All right, rolling to his right side. Tennyson under heavy pressure. He's just going to throw it away wisely. Unfortunately stops the clock. Current score, Caddo Mills 28, Pleasant Grove goes back up 31.
2:30 left to play.
2:30 left to play.
Is they're going to let Caddo Mills and that talented quarterback and offense have last crack at it, Jeff.
All right, pass complete to Dylan Flewellen. Waits on his blocks to set up, gets a few extra yards because of it. They're going to give him a 4-yard spot. It's going to be 3rd and 6. I tell you, you gotta
pick up
have a little bit of
right
admiration here for the Raiders today, who came to play a good football game. These guys have played well, very well coached, very disciplined. Here's the snap. Tennyson drops back, under pressure, forced out of the pocket, got some green grass. Gets the 1st down, slides down at the 37.
BT being BT. Did you see him take the one step back like he was going to throw and the whole thing opened up? That is just called a shoulder fake. Number 11 playing point guard for the Buckeyes. Moves the chains with his eyes and with his feet. That is just fantastic quarterback play, and I am so glad he's going to be on our team again next year.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Fakes the handoff. BT up the middle, not a lot there. He's driving forward, maybe gets 2.
Under 6 minutes to play left now, Jeff. Second down, Buckeyes running the clock and running the football. They're about a first down or 2 away from really being able to put this one on ice, but obviously getting over that 30-point threshold here late in this fourth quarter would really make us feel a lot more comfortable.
All right, pulling up, rolling to his right. Tennyson looking to pass. Just takes a couple of steps forward and punishes the defender. He picks up about a yard on the run, but really makes the defender pay there. It's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he pump faked and the linebacker stood straight up and BT put his helmet right in his chin. Five minutes to play in this game. 3rd and 7 for the Buckeyes from their own 40. Watch Brandon with his feet here, see if he picks this one up.
Brandon pump fakes, rolls to his right, fires one at the foot of Dylan Fluellen. Just nothing there. Brings up 4th down, we'll have to punt again.
And it's just fine with Coach Metzel as we will punt this ball once again. Under 5 minutes now, 29-14, and the Buckeyes unable to get this one out over 30 points, which you really just kind of like to see because the clock runs down and the hill gets much, much steeper for Sunnyvale. But nevertheless, Jeff, you would like to see the hill become vertical just so you can't climb it.
Yeah, low snap. We've got it under control. Here's a good punt. Hits the ground, takes a huge Buckeye roll. Look at this guy.
Fantastic, baby.
Look at Hernandez to the 12-yard line. What a great punt.
That's Landon Watson. It's waving that ball on. Say, come on, baby, come on. Inside the 15. What a punt by number 20, Hernandez. As the Buckeyes now with 4:41 left on the clock. They've got, let's see, this is going to be 77 yards and a 15-point lead to defend as we will keep our eye on the score out of Royce City as the Buckeye defense is missing a man.
Looking for Borda. Looking for Borda. He's not quite ready. Some confusion. They have to call a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Metzel, that will drive him absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that'll drive him to just mad.
Yeah, as you don't have everybody ready. Jeff, let's take one quick look at the scoreboard and see if we've got an updated score from Royce City in that Caddo Mills game. 2:23 left the last time we checked the play in the game. Still the same. Says it's still the same. We will take a quick timeout and be right back after these messages.
Our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
All right, here we go. Quarterback keeper, he's in trouble, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
I think they got boarded back on the field, Jeff. What do you think?
I think he's there. I think he's there, and he's like, I know I was late, Coach, but look what I did.
5-yard loss there as Cody Guidry comes up from his safety position to clean that one up. The clock continues to run now, under 4:30 left to play in the game. 2nd and forever now for Sunnyvale.
Oh,
ball goes into the end zone.
Safety. Safety.
Buckeyes catch a huge break and get a safety, and we finally go over 30 points, Jeff.
And then we got a flag on the play after the fact. Let's see. What's the safe bet here that this is on the Buckeyes versus the Buckeyes versus the Raiders? You want to take any bets? Anybody want to take a bet?
After the safety, we have unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
Was that against the offense?
That was against number 8, the quarterback.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So we can add some yardage to the 5 yards they had, so 5 yards of penalties they 20. Had in this game. Yeah.
And Jeff, the amazing thing here is that is going to be enforced on the kick, which is going to give the Buckeyes outstanding field position. Nevertheless, the Buckeyes stretch this lead to 31-14 as we will try to get a scoreboard up for you guys so you can see. And Jeff, now as things look a little bit better for the Buckeyes, now that we stretch this to a 17-point lead, let's talk a little bit about next week, as right now we are still trying to get an updated score. Probably the folks at home watching know better than we do, as if you're watching on the NFHS, you can switch over to that game.
Yeah, there's just it's a close game over there. I mean, wow. I just hope that Caddo Mills can pull off a miracle in the last seconds of that game.
That would be outstanding.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. I would love it. Nothing I would love to see more than Pleasant Grove to go home. Let those guys go home.
Let's see if the Buckeyes can get a good return as the rain begins to fall here in Athens.
Yeah, it held off for us pretty good today, fortunately. It's starting to come down fairly good now with 4 minutes left in the game. And Buckeyes 31, Raiders 14.
Onside kick.
And they may get it.
And they do get it.
What a great call. What a gutsy call. And the Raiders come down with it.
That's Rowan Flewellen that's sitting right there at the right spot. And it just basically takes a bad hop on him and goes right underneath him.
Hey, nobody's going to be mad at him. He was the offense today, let me tell you.
He has done a fabulous job.
He was the offense today, so no problem there.
But you talk about a
great call,
a turn of events, yeah, but most importantly, Jeff, a 31-14 lead, that's 17 points, so 4 minutes and 9 seconds left. I don't think Caddo Mills has it in, or excuse me, Sunnyvale has it in. Maybe I keep trying to be predictive there with keeping calling them Caddo Mills. But Sunnyvale now in a pretty deep hole, and they're going to have to come in and throw the football. We've got man-to-man coverage out here on the wide side of the field with Jaden Griffin and number 14, Dylan Flewellen. Now we're going to go zone.
They pull up, toss one to nobody. That's going to fall incomplete. Stops the clock at 4:04.
Yeah, Makeda was about to
get 10.
Makeda was about to get blasted by number 44 there, Matt Burton. What else is new?
Yeah, it's been a common theme today.
Yeah, it's been a common theme for about 10 weeks. As the clock stops on the incomplete pass, bring up 2nd and 10.
Here's the snap. Throws it to his backside. It's going to be good for about 2 yards.
Jet Jones doing a great job from his outside linebacker situation, getting underneath that screen route and making the tackle. 3rd down and 8 now. 3:50 left and counting. This is probably 4-down territory no matter what, and the Buckeyes just need to keep stuff in front of them and not give up a big play here.
Rolling to his right side under pressure. Looking to pass downfield. Got a completion. They're going to say he's out of bounds. Shy of the 1st down. Number 14 on the reception. That went out of bounds around the 36-yard line. So that's going to be right at the 1st down marker. They're going to move the chains. And that cold rain.
Here it comes.
Coming in.
Out
These
of the
boys,
north.
I tell you now, they will be happy to get this game in the books and done and get off the field. It's cold. Heavy pressure. Ball's thrown in the air, broken up by number 2, Jaden Griffin.
Stops the clock once again, Jeff, as we'll have 2nd and long now, as Sunnyvale doing everything they can.
And I want to give a shout out one more time to the cross-country team. And thank you, Rusty Ivy, for letting us use this canopy, because it is coming down and we are nice and dry and warm.
We may have to ride this out right here under
I'm
our
going to tell
tarp,
you something.
Jeff.
I'm very comfortable right where we are. And rain just kind of pouring off of the canopy here. All the folks out in the stands getting drenched. Heavy pressure. He lobs one in the air. Guess what? Picked off. Number 14, Flewellen. Flag on the play. And what is he going to call this time? This is going to be interesting. It was the back judge after Dylan Fluellen picks it off. I can't wait to see what this is going to be.
Yeah, we got a helmet off here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Holding on the defense and a first down. You can't make this stuff up.
I gotta tell you, Jeff, I'm sorry.
You cannot make this stuff up.
But if 135 yards to 15 or 20 doesn't do it for you, I mean, this is third round deep in the playoffs. This is pretty pathetic from an officiating crew. And I mean that in all sincerity. It's pathetic.
Buckeyes have to call another timeout. Alan Mitchell not happy about that. He's looking at the ref going, what are you doing? You didn't let us we thought we had an interception. Our defense wasn't on the team, on the field. He's talking to the ref. He's going, that was an interception. He's like, nope, that was holding, so we're going to give it to them first down. They spot the ball, blow the whistle. We don't even have a defense on the team, on the field.
It is bad. I mean, this is about the worst officiating.
Well, listen, I don't get in. I just try to call the game like I see it. I try not to give my opinion, but that's bad. I'm even going to chime in on this one. That's pretty poor. I mean, 3:17 left in the game. You got to be kidding me, man. We would have taken a knee. You'd get to get out of the rain. Ref, think about yourself, brother. But you know what? I'm forgiven. If Christ forgives, I'm going to forgive. It's going to be okay. Luke Watson misses an opportunity. Here comes Jet Jones, and he will not miss an opportunity as he takes him down for a loss of 6. What a great job by Jet Jones, who's had just a fantastic evening.
Yeah, clock continues to run here, and the Buckeyes are going to start making this a little bit fun. As boys playing in the rain, they're going to play into December, Jeff, for the 14 years in a row you play 3 rounds deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're going to advance again to go all the way to the final 8, the Great 8, and go play whoever the winner was of that barn burner.
Hand off up the middle.
Ball's on the ground.
Buckeyes got it. Throw a flag. Throw a flag. Come on. No flag. Wow, they're going to actually let us have it. They're going to let us have it. Unbelievable. The end of the game, the Buckeyes get a break.
This is what happens when you got that safety. Got over 30 points, 94% win percentage. That's going to go, Jeff, over the last 20 years. Woo! As Joe Dodd, as the wind starts picking up here, that's going to take us to 204-12 in the last 20 years when we scored 30 points.
204 to 12. That is amazing. Amazing. Brandon Tennyson on the keeper around the right side, cuts upfield, slides down. And it looks like that Caddo Mills just took the lead with 20 seconds left in the game.
Oh my goodness, Pleasant Grove is going to go down.
Justin Taylor said that sent me that text, keep us posted. That is the best news, Justin, I've heard all day. Amazing. That is the best news I've heard all day. And hey, not that there'll be a cakewalk. They obviously beat a great team. Yep. But the fact is PG's out. That's beautiful.
And they're going to come in emotionally after a huge win.
Ball rolls on the ground. BT picks it up. And look at this guy.
First down, Buckeyes.
For a first down. I told Alan last week on the coaches show, I think every play should just be a busted play. Like our strategy should be hike it, drop it, pick it up, and then go to open grass. Because every time we have a blown play, we turn it into 12 yards.
Well, having number 11 kind of helps.
Well, it really does.
He's got that knack about him. First down and 10 Buckeyes, 1:50 left. 20 seconds left on the play clock. The Buckeyes could run this out here, but that would bring it to 4th down. So they're going to.
So Buckeyes going to obviously take a victory here. And what a great day. Pleasant Grove looks like they're going to lose, hopefully. Haynes makes a nice run up the middle, and the Buckeyes win, go to the 4th round. That's my favorite day ever.
And Jeff, let me tell you,
2020 was a rough year.
The last time Caddo Mills faced off against the Buckeyes hung nearly 90 points on them. So they're going to go back.
They're not going to do that this time. Not with this Caddo Mills team.
I'll take 1 point more, but I'll tell you, for these Buckeyes not having to play a team that's in your own district the second time that knows you very well, and getting to play a team that hasn't seen you in 3 years, I think I like the Buckeyes' chances.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Look at Haynes breaking tackles, driving inside the 20 for another first down.
Down, Buckeyes. We will take a knee and we will head to the parking lot, folks.
Here.
And Coach Metzel is not yet aware of the fact that Pleasant Grove looks like they have gone down. Jeff, let's see if we've got a final.
Yeah, with 20 seconds left. All right, they're going to take a knee. That's going to be the end. I hope I'm giving you the right information here. Justin Taylor's telling me Caddo Mills just took the lead with 20 seconds left in the game. So that's going to be the end of this game, folks. Buckeyes are walking off in the rain, and boy, the rain held off just great. Hey, this is Thanksgiving week, and we have a lot to be thankful for as Buckeye fans here today. And one of them is going to be hopefully not getting electrocuted because our electric cords are all in the rain. And that is the end of the game, folks. Buckeyes win 31-14. What a great job and what a great season the Raiders have had from Sunnyvale. Congratulations to them on a great season. Congratulations to Alan Metzel. Man, look at this guy. What is he, 13?
12 and 1.
12-1, Alan Metzel now. And what a great season he's had as his first year head coach.
Let's try to find out right quick what that final score was.
Yeah, we're looking for it to update. If anybody's got the final score, we'll
35-31 with 5 seconds left. The Caddo Mills Foxes up on Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, that is fantastic. We'll stay on just for a minute just to find out here if we can get a score update before we sign off. But Buckeyes are going to advance to round 4. And that is fantastic news if you're a Buckeye fan. And even better news is if this was true and Caddo Mills has actually beaten Pleasant Grove, that is going to be a lot to celebrate today. So they should play the school song twice today.
Yep.
Over there, the band's all covered up in ponchos.
35-31, 3 seconds left in the game.
Oh yeah, they got this
I think
game.
This one's over, folks. I think it's going to be
Justin.
Buckeyes and Caddo Mills next week as the Buckeyes have gotten to the Great 8.
What a great day.
12-1. We will pack in the rain as happy campers.
Day. If you're a Buckeye fan. So folks, thanks for listening. We will make sure you check out the Coaches Show. We'll be posting that on Monday morning or late Sunday night rather. Eric Conitz always does it usually Sunday night. We'll be talking about this game. We'll show highlights of this game, talk about some of the strategies and things that happen, and more importantly, we'll talk about the game to come. Thanks for listening. On behalf of Todd Robinson, Eric Conitz, and myself, Jeff Rash, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.